present All Gas and Gaiters. The Bishop learns the facts. Starring Robertson Hare, William Mervyn, John Barron, and Jonathan Cecil.
It is almost tea time on a summer afternoon in the cathedral city of St. Ogg's. Through the ancient precincts, with their meadow stones lit by the summer sun, stroll the visitors. Sweethearts and married couples, arm in arm. Indeed, it seems as though the whole world is out enjoying the sunshine. The whole world except for one man, that is. The Right Reverend Dr. Cuthbert Heaver, D.D., the Lord Bishop of St. Ogg's, sits alone in the study of his palace, in a mood bordering on total despair, as he miserably pays the price of a bachelor life.
Newt!
Newt!
Yes, my lord.
Oh, come and thread this needle for me. Your eyes are younger than mine.
Oh, right, my lord.
Oh, look at this shirt. I don't know how I'm going to mend it. This hole's enormous.
Well, you should have tackled it before. A stitch in time, you know.
I don't want a lecture, Newt. I simply want you to thread that needle.
Yes, my lord. I hope it won't make me late.
Late? You aren't going to Scouts yet, are you?
No, my lord. I'm meeting someone for tea at the cathedral tea rooms.
Oh? Who?
Just an old friend.
Oh, I see. Have you done the laundry?
Laundry? Oh, I forgot. Never mind. It can go tomorrow afternoon.
Oh, but I'm down to my last two collars.
Well, you should invest in one of these.
One of what?
What I'm wearing. It's the latest thing. A black roll-necked sweater with a white collar in Bry nylon. All the clergy are wearing them.
Whatever for?
Well, they're so easy to look after. They never wear out. I just pop it into hand-warm water, rinse it, hang it on a coat hanger overnight, and it's ready to wear next morning.
You sound like an advertisement.
Oh, my lord. I don't even iron it.
I can see that. No, Newt, I've always worn a properly starched linen collar, and I intend to go on doing so.
Well, I'm sorry, my lord, but if you want the laundry sent today, you'll have to do it yourself. It's my afternoon off.
Oh, of course, Newt. Just don't bother about me. You go out and enjoy yourself.
Thank you, my lord.
You haven't prepared the tea yet either, have you?
I've laid the tray, buttered the scones, put the tea in the pot, filled the kettle, and put it on the stove. All you have to do is make it and drink it. Good afternoon, my lord.
How very unnecessary. Oh, confound this needle. Why does it keep coming unthreaded?
Good afternoon, my lord.
Oh, Dean, what are you doing here?
Newt let me in. He said you would be pleased to see me.
Oh, did he?
What is that you have in your hand?
This? Oh, this is a shirt with a hole in it. I'm attempting to mend it.
Ah, the price of bachelordom.
Yes, I'm afraid so, Dean. I seem to spend half my life mending shirts and sending collars to the laundry.
You should find yourself a wife, my lord.
Oh, yes. Wouldn't it be cheaper to buy some new shirts?
One gets more from marriage than having one's shirts repaired, my lord.
Yes, well, as a bachelor, of course, I wouldn't know anything about that, would I?
Really, you surprise me.
Now, Dean, what can I do for you?
Tomorrow is my wife's birthday.
Well, please offer her my felicitations.
Thank you, my lord. I have arranged for her present to be delivered here.
Why?
So that it'll be a complete surprise. I will come and collect it.
Oh, of course, dear, of course. When may we expect it?
By the parcel post tomorrow afternoon. You don't mind, my lord?
Oh, not a bit, Dean, not a dear bit. No, I mean, after all, we're sent into this world to help one another.
My sentiments, precisely.
Really? Then would you mind threading this needle for me?
Enjoying your tea, Mr. Archdeacon?
Yes, thank you. You haven't got any more of those cakes with nuts on, have you?
No, I'm afraid you've had the last two.
Oh, pity. In that case, I'd better have my bill.
Right. Now, let me see. 1 pot of tea, 1 plate of scones, bread and butter, raspberry jam, buttered toast and toasted tea cakes.
No, not today.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you'd had your usual.
I decided against it.
Oh, well then it's just the 2 plates of pastries.
Only one, Mary.
Oh, dear me, is something the matter?
Yes, I had a late lunch.
Oh, is that all? Well, there we are, your bill.
Oh, thank you. Well, I must get over to the palace. I have to see the bishop on business.
Oh, isn't that the bishop's chaplain who's just come in?
Where?
Over there, by the door.
Ah, yes, that's Newt.
Oh, what a charming-looking girl he's got with him. Don't they make a lovely couple?
My word, yes. What a stunner. Excuse me, Newt. Newt.
Oh, good afternoon, Archdeacon. May I introduce you to a very old friend of mine?
Yes, please.
We live next door to each other as children. Julia, this is the Archdeacon.
How do you do, Archdeacon?
Julia's just come back from Singapore, and I must say I'm very pleased to see her again.
I can imagine.
And I'm very pleased to see Mervyn again.
Yes, how nice. Well. I must be going. A pleasure to meet you. Yes, a great pleasure. Well, goodbye. Goodbye, Newt.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Archdeacon.
Let's sit over here by the window.
Oh, right.
I'm terribly sorry I didn't introduce you to the Archdeacon properly, but I've forgotten your married name.
That's all right. Haven't got used to it myself yet. It's Kendrick.
Oh, of course, yes. Tea and cakes.
Please.
Mary,
Yes, sir.
tea and cakes for 2.
Yes, sir. Oh, sir?
Yes?
The Archdeacon left without paying for his tea.
Oh. I'll pay for him. I don't suppose it's much, is it?
No, it's much less than usual. There.
Thank you. Ah. Moses.
Oh, hello, Henry. Come on in.
Thank you, Bishop.
You're just in time for tea.
Am I really?
Yes, come along in. Sit down, Henry.
Oh, thank you, Bishop.
Have a scone.
I won't say no.
There you are. I expect you can do with that.
Oh, thank you, Bishop.
You don't mind if I get on with this darning, do you?
Oh, of course not.
Newt's out to tea with a friend.
Yes, I met her.
Her? He didn't say it was a woman.
Oh, yes, Bishop. No doubt about it. If you ask me, it's a match.
Henry, you don't mean it. Well.
More tea, Mervyn?
Yes, please, Julia. Oh, isn't this tremendously jolly?
Yes, Mervyn. There's something I want to ask you.
Really, Julia? What is it?
Will you marry me? What's the matter?
I thought you asked me to marry you.
I did.
But I couldn't. It'd be bigamy.
Oh, no. I mean, marry me to Ben.
Oh, I say. But you are married to Ben.
Yes, but not properly.
Oh, Julia, I am sorry.
We were married in a registry office out there, and now we're home. I want to be married in church.
Oh, I thought you meant... Oh, yes, of course, I'll be delighted to. I've never married anyone before.
But you know how to.
Yes, I think so. And if I have any problems, I can always ask the bishop.
Henry, have another scone.
Oh, well, I'm not sure, Bishop.
Oh, of course you are. Go on.
Oh, thank you. Right.
And you really think he's keen on this girl, Henry? Have some jam.
Thank you. Yes, Bishop, it's a match.
Oh, but Henry's always so terrified of women.
But not of this one.
Oh, really? Well, it's most inconvenient, just when I've got him trained, Henry, to have to look for another chaplain.
Why? Is he leaving?
Well, he'll have to, Henry. I can't have a married chaplain. A woman round the place. Oh, no. Now, what would she do with herself all day?
Well, she could mend your shirts for a start.
My word, Henry, yes, she could, couldn't she? And she could do the laundry and make the tea.
Why not?
And they needn't live in. I mean, I could always have the old stables done up for them, couldn't I? Henry, dear old friend, what a splendid idea. Hey, have this last scone.
Sorry, Bishop, no, I couldn't possibly manage it. Really, I couldn't.
Really, Henry, why not? I mean, what's the matter with your appetite? Aren't you well?
Oh, yes, Bishop. It's just something I've eaten.
I heard from Ben this morning, Mervyn.
Oh, how is he?
He says he's missing me.
I'm not surprised.
Still, he'll be home on Tuesday. He said so in the letter. I'm going to London Airport to meet him.
You must be terribly excited.
Oh, I am, Mervyn. And it means we can have the wedding any day after next Tuesday.
Right. I'll find out about a licence and arrange with the Dean about having the cathedral. How many guests will there be?
Oh, just Mother and Aunt Jane. We want it to be very quiet.
Who's giving you away?
Our bank manager. As soon as he heard, he asked if he could. Isn't it sweet of him?
Very. Well, I think that's taken care of everything.
You are sure you know what to do?
Oh, yes, don't worry. Golly, is that the time? I must rush. I've got to go to Scouts. Mary!
Yes, sir.
My bill, please.
Yes, sir.
I say, I just thought.
What?
Well, here I am going to marry you, and all the time you are married.
Married, you know, Henry, should be the making of him. And who knows, in the fullness of time, to hear this old house echo to the sound of childish laughter. Oh, no, it's impossible.
Why, Bishop?
Well, you know, Newt, Henry, can you honestly imagine that shy, nervous, innocent creature plucking up courage to propose to a girl? It's out of the question.
My lord! Oh, there you are. Hello, Archdeacon. How have you got on? Had a nice afternoon? Done your darning?
Newt, you seem very cheerful.
Oh, I am, my lord. I certainly am.
And the Archdeacon tells me that you've been having tea with a young lady.
Julia. Yes, she's a very old friend. Isn't she nice, Archdeacon?
She certainly is.
You'll never guess what she's asked me to do, my lord.
What, Newt?
Marry her.
What? My dear Newt.
We're going to try and fix it for next week.
Well, I must rush and change for Scouts. See you later. Pom, pom, pom.
Well, Henry, it seems you were right.
I knew it was a match, Bishop.
Yes, but even you could hardly have expected it to happen quite so quickly. And who could have anticipated that the lady would propose to him? I mean, it's not even leap year, Henry.
I'm awfully sorry. I think I've left my whistle in this drawer. Ah, yes.
My dear Newt, my dear fellow, we were just discussing this very exciting news.
Exciting? Oh, yes, I suppose it is, my lord.
You know, it's my first time.
Yes, of course I do, Newt.
Between ourselves, I am a bit apprehensive.
Oh, I'm sure there's no need to be, my dear boy. What is worrying you?
Well, I'm not too sure what I have to do. I know in principle, but I'm not too sure of some of the details.
What did I tell you, Henry? The boy really is very innocent. Yes, we shall have to get someone to talk to him. Now, I wonder who.
Can't you do it, Bishop?
Me, Henry?
You're his bishop.
Yes, but that might be rather embarrassing, Henry. Isn't there some other way?
Well, there's a Swedish film on in London.
Henry! Can't send him to a thing like that by himself.
I wouldn't mind going with him.
Look, Henry, I tell you what. When he comes down, you, as the older man, can have a little chat with him.
Me? Sorry, Bishop. I must go home.
Home, Henry? Why?
Mrs. Banner will be expecting me.
Whatever for?
Well, she's got tea, my tea. And, Goodbye.
Goodbye, Henry.
Goodbye, Archdeacon. Right. Well, I'm just off to Scouts, my lord.
So I see by your uniform, Newt. But could you just spare a moment?
Why, my lord?
Well, I want to talk to you about something, Newt.
Oh, do you want to know where I get these roll-neck sweaters?
No, Newt, I do not. Now, to be frank, Newt, there is something I want to ask you. I'm not finding it very easy.
Ah, you want your needle threaded again?
What? Oh, yes. Well, I should be very grateful. Would you mind?
No. I've got a moment, my lord.
Thank you. Do sit down, Newt.
Thank you, my lord.
Newt, this young lady.
Julia?
Yes, Julia. When am I going to meet her?
Do you want to meet her, my lord?
Well, I think I should, don't you? I mean, if you're going to marry her.
Well, I hadn't thought of it, but I'll bring her to tea tomorrow, if you like.
Ah, splendid. Newt, Newt, you mentioned just now that there were one or two things about marriage that you aren't too sure of.
Yes, my lord. Some of the details do puzzle me a bit.
Yes. Well, I was just wondering if perhaps we could have a little chat.
Yes, my lord, yes. Can you give me a few tips?
Tips? I don't know about tips exactly, but I thought perhaps that if we discussed the matter man to man, it might remove some of your apprehension.
Oh, it would, my lord. I'd be most grateful.
Right. Well then, where shall we begin?
Well, why don't you give me a blow-by-blow account of exactly what happens?
Really, Newt, I don't think there's any need for that, Newt. I tell you what, you tell me what you think should happen, and I'll do my best to fill in the gaps.
All right, my lord. Right.
It is, Newt. Yes, it is. I prefer that.
Yes.
And Newt?
Yes, my lord.
There's no need to be embarrassed.
No, my lord.
No.
Oh, right.
Well, far away. What do you think happens?
Well, let me see. As I understand it, the man stands on the right and the woman stands on the left.
Yes, yes.
And in this case, of course, the bank manager will be standing just behind. Yes, he's asked if he can.
Well, I've heard that banks take a personal interest in their customers, but I never knew he went as far as that.
Well, someone's got to give her away.
Give her away? Newt, are you talking about the ceremony?
Yes, my lord, aren't you?
Oh, yes, of course, Newt, yes. But I suppose, Newt, you know, we must give just a little thought to what happens afterwards.
Must we, my lord? Well, I thought when the ceremony was over, I'd done my stuff.
Oh, did you? And you haven't given any thought to what will happen afterwards?
Well, no, my lord, I can't say I have. Ah, there we are. I've threaded it, my lord. There's your needle.
Oh, thank you very much.
Not at all. Well, I must rush. Goodbye, my lord.
Goodbye, Newt. Goodbye, me. Oh, dear me, dear me. What am I going to do now? What am I going to do?
Good afternoon, my lord. You aren't still darning that shirt.
Yes, I'm afraid so, Newt. What's that parcel you've got there?
It's just arrived, addressed to Mrs. Pugh Critchley, care of the palace.
Ah, yes, that's her birthday present. The Dean said it would arrive today. Put it on the desk, will you?
Yes, my lord. I'm just off to fetch Julia for tea.
Yes, of course, of course. Oh, Newt!
Yes, my lord.
Nothing. I was just wondering, Newt, did you do nature study at school?
No, my lord. I had piano lessons instead.
What a mistake. Newt!
Yes, my lord.
You didn't keep rabbits, I suppose.
No, my lord.
Or guinea pigs.
No, my lord.
How about mice?
No, pets weren't allowed. The headmaster said there was nothing to be learnt from them.
Foolish. Very short-sighted man.
Is that all, my lord?
Yes, dear boy, yes, off you go. And, Newt.
Yes, my lord.
Don't despair.
No, my lord, I won't. Thank you, my lord.
Really, if only I could find a book to help him. Oh, what have we got here? Origin of the species. No, that's too obscure. Modern anthropology, much too obscure. What's this? Oh, dear me, that's not obscure enough. Must be one of Henry's.
Afternoon, Bishop.
Oh, Henry, dear old fellow, I am so pleased to see you. Now, come and sit down.
Oh, thank you.
Henry, the situation is a great deal worse than we imagined. The boy's ignorance is profound.
Really? Doesn't he even know...
He knows nothing. And what's worse, he doesn't even appear to be interested.
Dear me, that is worse. Yes, Henry. It is the most appalling comment, you know, upon our educational system. Did you try having a word with him? Well, I tried, Henry, but faced with such total incomprehension, it's difficult to know where to begin. And after all, I am a bachelor. If I was a married man, it might be easier. Oh, really, it's a nightmare.
Well, Bishop, your worries are over.
What do you mean, Henry?
I've just bought this book in the bookshop. Give it to him and you'll have no more trouble.
Really, Henry? What is it?
Lady Chatterley's lover.
Oh, I can't give him that.
Why not? It says on the back, the Bishop of Woolwich thinks it's good.
My lord, has my wife's birthday present arrived?
What? Oh, yes, Dean, yes, it's on the desk.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Archdeacon.
Hello, Dean.
This is most kind, and my wife thanks you for your good wishes.
Oh, how very nice. Is she enjoying her birthday?
Yes, indeed, my lord, though this present is the pièce de résistance.
Oh, really? What is it, Dean?
The Book of the Rose. Peculiarly suitable for dear Grace. Don't you agree, Archdeacon?
Yes, Dean, peculiarly.
Well, let me show you out, Dean.
Thank you.
Bishop.
Yes, Henry?
The Dean's a married man.
A married man? Of course, Henry. Dean, I wonder if you could help me.
Oh, I should be pleased to try, my lord.
Well, you see, Dean, it's like this. Won't you sit down?
Oh, thank you.
It's rather difficult, really, to know how to begin.
Do you want me to thread that needle, my lord?
What? Oh, yes, well, Dean, that would be kind if it's not too much trouble.
A pleasure, my lord.
Dean, how would you convey to someone embarrassing information they don't possess without,
Embarrassing them.
Precisely, Henry.
Well, my lord, it would depend who the someone was.
Well, a bachelor, say.
A bachelor?
Yes. How would you, as a married man, set about enlightening a bachelor without causing him embarrassment?
Well, I should try to show him.
Show him? Show him what?
The principles, my lord. Explain them to him, man to man.
Oh, I see. Yes. Well, thank you very much, Dean.
Not at all, my lord. Your needle.
Oh, thank you.
My parcel.
Thank you very much, Dean. Let me show you out.
Oh, don't worry, there's no need. I'll show myself out, my lord. And my lord.
Yes, Dean?
Don't despair.
I'm back, my lord. Oh, Dean, have you got your parcel?
Yes, thank you, Newt.
Wish Mrs. Pugh Critchley many happy returns of the day for me, will you?
Oh, thank you, Newt, thank you, yes. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon, Dean. Newt, where is the young lady? I thought you were bringing her to tea.
I'm sorry, my lord. She sends her apologies. She's not well.
Oh, dear me, nothing serious, I hope.
No, my lord. Shall I go and put the kettle on?
What a good idea.
No, not yet.
But, Bishop, it's tea time.
I know that, Henry. But we've got something to do first, haven't we?
Have we?
You know we have.
Well, oh, yes. Here, Newt, is a present for you. I bought it for you in the bookshop.
Oh, Archdeacon, how very kind.
No, not that, Henry. No, Newt, don't open it.
But the Archdeacon's just given it to me.
I know, but I want to talk to you. Now, come and sit down. Newt.
Oh, do you want me to thread your needle again?
No, Newt, I don't. Now, you know, Newt, what we were discussing just before you went out.
Yes, you asked me if I ever kept rabbits.
Henry, keep quiet.
Sorry, Bishop.
Yeah, I mean before that, Newt.
Oh, about the wedding. Yes, Julia and I have just been discussing that.
Oh, you have?
Yes, about what's to happen afterwards.
Afterwards? Oh, yes, of course. You mean the honeymoon?
No, there isn't going to be a honeymoon.
No honeymoon? Oh, did you hear that, Henry?
Perhaps it's just as well, Bishop, under the circumstances.
Why isn't there going to be a honeymoon, Newt?
Julia says she wants to save the money for the baby.
The baby? Oh, I see. And so you were expecting a baby, were you, Newt?
Yes, my lord.
Well, tell me, Newt, what leads you to think that Julia will have a baby?
Because the doctor says it's due in 7 months.
What? 7 months? This is dreadful.
No, my lord. She's delighted, and so is her husband.
Her husband? Has she got a husband?
Yes, she has. They were married in a registry office last year. That's why I'm marrying them properly in the cathedral.
Oh, I see. You mean you are to conduct the service?
Yes, what did you think I meant?
Well, I know it sounds absurd, Newt, but we got the idea that you were going to marry her yourself.
Me? Marry Julia? How very embarrassing.
Oh, it's all right, don't be embarrassed.
I'm sorry, my lord, but I always find anything like that acutely... What was all that you kept asking me about the rabbits?
That? Oh, that was nothing. Nothing.
And about the babies? Was that nothing either?
No, nothing at all, Newt. Absolutely nothing. Don't give it another thought.
Oh, good. Well, in that case, I'll undo this present the Archdeacon's given me.
What? No, don't undo it, Newt.
No, you won't need it.
Why not?
No.
Well, because, Newt, you wouldn't like it.
Well, I think I must be the judge of that, my lord. Oh, Archdeacon. It's what I've always wanted, the Book of the Rose.
The Book of the what?
The Rose, my lord. Oh, and there's a card inside. To Sly Boots from Cheeky. Archdeacon, thank you so much.
Here I say,
Sly Boots from Cheeky? This must be the Dean's present to Mrs. Pugh Critchley.
Oh, dear. He must have taken the wrong parcel.
Yes, and you realise what this means, Henry?
Oh, Bishop.
The Dean is giving Mrs. Pugh Critchley for her birthday a copy...
My lord! My lord! There appears to have been a mistake, my lord. The bookseller has sent the wrong book.
No, Dean, it's here. You took the wrong parcel.
Then who does this belong to?
Well, Dean, as a matter of fact...
Me, Dean, me, it is mine. It belongs to me.
Yours, my lord?
But, my lord...
Quiet, Newt, quiet. Yes, Dean, please, may I have it?
Have you read this book, my lord?
No, Dean, I have not. Not yet.
But you intend to?
Yes, Dean. The Bishop of Woolwich thinks it's very good.
Well.
Now, Dean, here is Mrs. Pugh Critchley's book. There you are. And I'm sure you want to rush back and give it to her.
No, my lord.
You don't? Why not?
Does she prefer the other one?
Oh.
No! Archdeacon! I wish to speak to the bishop.
Me, Dean?
Yes, my lord. Alone.
Alone?
Yes, if you would excuse us, gentlemen.
But of course, Dean. Come on, Archdeacon.
I don't want to go.
I'm afraid I must insist, Archdeacon. Please leave the room.
Oh, very well, Cheeky.
Dean, what's all this about?
I thought if we were alone, it would be less embarrassing, my lord.
Embarrassing? What do you mean?
Won't you come and sit down, my lord?
Oh, but Dean, really?
Oh, come along now.
No, I'd rather stand.
There is no need to be embarrassed, my lord.
I am not embarrassed.
Then please sit down.
Oh, very well.
Now, my lord, I wish to have a little chat with you.
No, Dean, there's no need. I can assure you, Dean.
Please sit down, my lord. There is something I feel you should know.
Oh, no, but Dean, there is no, really. I know all I need to know, I can assure you.
It is obvious you do not, my lord, and my wife agrees that it is my duty to enlighten you.
Your wife?
Please don't be embarrassed and sit down.
Oh, really?
Let us discuss this man to man.
Oh, but Dean...
Now then, just sit there and watch.
What are you doing, Dean?
I have something I wish to show you.
Show me? I'd rather you didn't, Dean.
Ah, but it's something that as a bachelor you should know about.
But what could that possibly be, Dean?
This, my lord, it is a black roll-necked shirt with a white collar. And in bride iron. They never wear out.
In that episode of All Gas and Gaiters, the parts were played as follows. The Archdeacon, Robertson Hare, the Bishop, William Mervyn, the Dean, John Barron, the Chaplain, Jonathan Cecil, Julia, Joe Kendall, Mary, Betty Bascom. The Bishop Learns the Facts was written for television and adapted for radio by Pauline Devaney and Edwin. The programme was produced by David Hatch. We present All Gas and Gaiters. The Bishop Takes a Holiday. Starring Robertson Hare, William Mervyn, John Barron and Jonathan Cecil, with this week's special guest, Doris Hare. It is a beautiful morning in early autumn. So warm, in fact, that the Bishop of St. Ogg's sits working at his desk in shirt sleeves.
The mail, my lord.
Ah, thank you, Newt. Anything interesting?
Yes, my lord. One of those visitation questionnaires you sent out to the parish clergy asking for church attendance figures.
Who's it from?
The Reverend Arthur Cox, my lord, the incumbent at Little Wickham.
Oh, is there anything else?
Only another postcard from the Dean.
Oh, not another view of the prison.
Yes, my lord. He says, weather perfect, discipline good, wish you were here.
Well, who else but the Dean would think of relieving the chaplain of a local prison for a holiday?
Shall I put it with all the others on the chimney-piece, my lord?
Yes, I think you'd better, Newt. He's bound to come round later and check up. This parish at Little Wickham is a disgrace. The church attendance has dropped by half. What's this man Cox think he's playing at?
Doesn't he give any explanation, my lord?
But he says, my dear Lord Bishop, sorry about these figures. It's all a case of Genesis chapter 25, verse 23.
2 nations are in thy womb.
I beg your pardon?
2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
Oh, really, Newt, there's no need to be offensive.
No, my lord, you know, it's what Isaac's wife, Rebecca, was told by the Lord when she was expecting Esau and Jacob.
Oh, that, of course. Well, I knew that, Newt.
Yes, there, of course, I thought you would.
Yes, but the point is, what's it got to do with these figures dropping?
I've no idea.
Oh, thank you, Newt. You've been a great help.
That's all right, my lord, it was a great pleasure.
May I come in?
Ah, of course. My dear Henry, what on earth have you got on?
Oh, Archdeacon, what a very nice tropical suit. And what a very gay hat. Don't you think the Archdeacon looks smart, my lord?
I don't know about smart, Newt, but he certainly looks different. Have you come to say goodbye, Henry?
Just leaving for the airport, Archdeacon?
No, it's all off, I'm afraid.
You're weak in Spain?
Yes, I've just heard. They've made a mess of the bookings.
Oh, haven't they offered you another date, Henry, dear old friend?
Yes, but it'll be too late.
Too late? What do you mean?
Well, the Sherry Festival will be over.
Oh,
Oh, Archdeacon, how disappointing.
what rotten luck, Henry, dear old friend. I really am sorry. Well, I must say, Henry, you've come to see us just at the right moment.
Have I, Bishop? Oh, thank you very much. That's just what I need.
No, Henry, I didn't mean a glass of sherry.
Oh, sorry, Bishop. Still, I've poured it out now. Cheers.
Well, no, Henry. I've had a visitation return from Little Wickham, Henry.
Oh, what a charming spot.
The incumbent is the Reverend Arthur Cox, Archdeacon.
Yes, I know. He's got a splendid cook.
Has he?
Yes. She's an artist at Toad in the Hole.
Oh, well, he may have a good cook, Henry, but his church attendance figures are a disgrace. Do you happen to know what the problem is, Henry?
Yes, Bishop. There's a new man at the Methodist chapel, and he's a very good preacher.
What?
Do you want me to go over there, Bishop?
Would you mind?
I'd be delighted.
Really? Is Little Wickham as nice as all that?
Oh, yes, my lord. I went there once. There's a lovely little early Norman church with a beautiful barrel vault roof, and the font's a perfect treasure, isn't it, Archdeacon?
Yes. And so's the cook.
Oh. Henry, you keep talking about this cook. Is she really that good?
She is, if you like Toad in the Hole, Bishop.
Oh, well, I do, Henry. I'm really very fond of it, especially made with homemade sausages.
She never uses anything else.
Really? Henry, I suddenly see the solution to our problem.
You do, my lord?
Yes, Newt. Take a letter.
Right, my lord. Who's it to?
The Reverend Arthur Cox, Little Wickham. My dear Cox, I fully appreciate your problem and suggest you take a fortnight's holiday starting tomorrow. I have decided to take over your parish personally, and with the aid of my staff, am confident I shall be able to fight this battle and win it.
Moses. But how, my lord?
House to house visiting, Newt, to get them into the church, and then once they're there, I shall preach.
But, my lord, can we go off and leave the cathedral like this while the dean's away? Is it that important? I mean, such a small village.
The church today, Newt, is not so strong it can afford to see its membership dwindle in this alarming manner without a battle.
Oh, I suppose not.
And it will be a battle, make no mistake about it. But a battle it is our bounden duty to go out and fight. Don't you agree, Henry?
Certainly, Bishop. Especially if you like Toad in the Hole.
Oh, Henry. Well, here we are, Henry. I must say, it certainly looks as you say. I've never seen such a pretty little village. Oh, Henry, ring the bell. I want to see this paragon that I've heard so much about.
Right, Bishop, I will. And I promise you, you won't be disappointed.
Come along then, gentlemen.
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Shoebridge. Get the cases, Newt.
Yes, my lord.
Welcome to Little Wickham, my lord. I'm sorry about this smell, but I'm just baking the bread.
Oh, please don't apologize. It's delicious.
His Reverence said I was to make you comfortable.
We can rely on you, Mrs. Shoebridge.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Archdeacon. He said he hoped you'd enjoy your holiday, my lord.
Holiday? Oh, this is no holiday. I am here to work.
I'll just put your fishing rods down here, shall I, my lord?
Oh, yes, well, anywhere will do.
Except there, sir, if you please. I will see to them.
Oh, yes, of course.
Now, if you will go into the study, gentlemen.
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Shoebridge. Oh, Henry, what a delightful room.
What did I tell you, Bishop? My word, this chair is comfortable.
Oh, yes, Henry, and so is this one. I love an old wing chair.
Oh, what a little honey.
Really? Where? I can't see her.
Oh, Henry, come and sit down.
No. I meant the church, Archdeacon. You get such a good view of it from this window.
Yes, very nice.
Oh, come in.
Now, gentlemen, about lunch.
Oh, yes, now, what about lunch?
No, I haven't got anything special.
Oh, that's right.
Well, only toad in the hole.
Oh, good, toad in the hole, Henry, toad in the hole.
Well, it'll be ready in about an hour. I've got to go over to the farm to get some butter and cream and a chicken for tonight. So if you'd like to make yourselves comfortable...
Oh, thank you, dear lady, thank you, we will.
I shan't be long.
Right. Well, I'll just take the cases upstairs.
Thank you, sir. I'd rather you left them alone.
Oh, yes, of course.
Well, I'll be off then.
Right. Well, we've got an hour, Henry.
Yes, Bishop, an hour till lunch.
Oh, just time to start house-to-house visiting, my lord.
Good idea, Newt.
Oh, dear, must we?
No, Henry, don't disturb yourself.
Oh, thank you, Bishop.
Just you and me, eh, my lord?
Just you, Newt. Off you go. I have to prepare my sermon for Sunday.
Do you want me to leave you, Bishop?
No, Henry, no. I think I shall just go and work down by the stream. Hand me my fishing rods, will you, Newt?
Will you need fishing rods if you're writing a sermon, my lord?
Yes, Newt. They help me to think. Now, what fly shall I use? A Zulu or a butcher? Zulu, I think, don't you, Newt?
Yes, my lord. That should help you to think.
Oh, who could that be?
Good morning, my lord. We heard you were coming. I'm Mrs. Plummer.
How do you do, madam? Won't you come in?
Thank you, my lord. I saw her go over to the farm, so I thought I'd just pop round to welcome you.
Isn't that charming, my lord?
Yes, indeed. Most kind.
I've brought you some eggs for your tea.
Really? Eggs? Oh, how delicious.
I've just collected them from right under the hen.
Oh, Newt, come and feel. They're still warm.
Yes. Oh, look, my lord. There's a feather.
I don't expect to see anything like this in town.
We certainly do not, do we, Newt?
No, my lord. And look at these beautiful flowers.
I thought you might like them too, my lord, to cheer you up.
Oh, how very kind. But why don't you put them in the church?
Really? May I?
Oh, but of course, dear lady.
How lovely. I'll take them round then, shall I?
Why not take the shortcut through the garden?
Oh, I couldn't do that.
Oh, but of course you must.
How lovely. Well, I'll see ta-ta, your lordship.
Ta-ta. I mean, good morning.
Good morning, and thank you so much for calling.
It was a pleasure, your lordship. Fancy me putting my flowers in the church.
Wasn't that charming, my lord?
Charming, absolutely charming. Henry!
Yes, Bishop?
Henry, come here, Henry. Take a look at these eggs.
They're from a hen, Archdeacon.
Oh. Who'd have thought? thought it.
A dear woman brought them, Henry.
And some lovely chrysanthemums.
I told her, Henry, to put them in the church.
Was that wise?
What do you mean, Archdeacon?
Well, it may not be her job.
Well, what's that got to do with it, Henry?
Well, people are funny in the country, you know.
Oh, nonsense. People in the country are extremely sensible. After all, they're very close to nature.
Yes, Bishop. In some cases, a bit too close.
Hello, another caller.
Morning, my lord. I'm Loader, the sexton.
Ah, sexton, how do you do? Come into the study, won't you?
Thank you kindly, sir. His Reverence said I was to see you all right and wanting for nothing, so I thought I'd call round.
Oh, how very kind. Come along. My word, we are popular this morning. Newt, see who that is, will you?
Yes, leave it to me, my lord. Oh, hello. What you want, my little man?
Mr. Loader. I want Mr. Loader.
Can I give him a message?
Mum said tell him young Billy's gone.
Gone?
Snuffed it.
Oh, dear, I am sorry.
Mum said if I run all the way, you give me something.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
Well, here you are.
Cool. Thanks.
My lord, Archdeacon, Mr. Loader, I have bad news.
Not young Billy.
I'm afraid so.
I feared this might happen. Will you excuse me, sir? I was going to ring the passing bell.
Of course. I'm so sorry.
What is the passing bell, my lord?
One of those quaint old customs, Newt. They toll the bell the number of years the deceased has lived.
Oh, one fears that young Billy will not require many tolls, my lord.
Oh, there it is now. Shall we stand?
Of course, my lord. 2, 3, 19, 20, 21.
Well, at least we can rejoice that young Billy reached manhood, Henry.
23.
Indeed, yes, Bishop.
24. 78. 79. 80.
I think we could sit down, don't you, Henry?
83. 104. 105. 106. 106. Moses.
Oh. Well, perhaps it's not quite so sad after all, Henry. That's Mrs. Shoebridge back from the farm.
Is lunch ready?
No, and it won't be.
I beg your pardon?
I'm leaving.
But my good woman, what's wrong? What's upset you?
You have.
Me?
Telling that woman to put her nasty croissants in my church. The cheek of it.
What?
If my flowers don't suit, you can do without my cooking too, and good riddance.
Oh, Bishop, what have you done?
Oh, my lord.
Well, there are other cooks.
Not like her.
No, my lord. Think of her toad in the hole.
Oh, yes, I had rather forgotten that.
Get her back.
Well, there's only one way, Henry. We shall have to take those flowers out of the church. Come on.
There you are, gentlemen. Did you hear the bell?
Well, we did. Sexton? Right, Newt. Go into the church and get the flowers.
Very well, my lord.
I thought you said the deceased was young Billy.
That's right, my lord. Old Billy's son. Will it be all right to hold his funeral at 2 o'clock on Saturday?
Of course. Will many people attend?
All his family, my lord.
And what about the rest of the village?
Oh, yes. Harry Smart will be there as well.
Harry Smart? You mean everyone else in the village is related to the deceased?
Everyone, my lord. His wife had 12 children, you see. Then there were 39 grandchildren. So naturally there were 75 great-grandchildren.
Yes, but even so, there are many more people than that in this village.
Of course, my lord. I said his wife had 12 children. I must go and dig the grave. After this dry spell, I ain't looking forward to it, I can tell you. The ground will be like iron.
I've got them, my lord.
Oh, give them to me, Newt.
Here, just a moment.
What's the matter?
Aren't they the flowers Elsie Plummer just put in the church?
Yes, and that is why they're going straight out again. I'm going to take them to the rubbish heap myself.
Then you better take this spade, my lord. Elsie Plummer is my wife's brother's cousin, and if her flowers ain't good enough for your church, you can dig the grave yourself. And the best of luck. Good morning.
Oh, Bishop, you've done it again.
Well, Henry, how was I to know? Anyway, at least Mrs. Shoebridge will come back.
Oh, yes, I am looking forward to that toad in the hole for lunch.
You won't have time for lunch, Newt.
Why ever not?
Because you've got to dig young Billy's grave.
What? Me? Why me?
Well, someone's got to do it, and surely you don't expect me to, do you?
I suppose not.
Right. Well, here's the spade. Get on with it. Henry.
Yes, Bishop?
We'll go back to the vicarage and await Mrs. Shoebridge and her toad in the hole.
That's her, Bishop.
At last! Mrs. Shoebridge! Mrs. Shoebridge!
Did you call, my lord?
I most certainly did.
You've come back.
Yes, to get my things.
But we've taken the flowers out of the church.
Oh, have you?
Yes, we threw them away.
Right away.
Far away.
As far as possible.
Really?
Yes, so now you will come back, won't you?
Oh, I'm sorry, I can't. I got another job.
What?
It's all arranged. Excuse me, I must go and pack.
Oh, really, Henry, dear old friend, this is a disaster. I don't know how we're going to face Cox. In one morning, to have lost him both his sexton and his cook.
A bad business, Bishop.
One thing is certain, Henry, we have got to get the congregation back now.
Well, we'd better start this house-to-house visiting, I suppose.
No, there's no need to start traipsing round their houses now, Henry.
Oh, isn't there? Why not, Bishop?
Because the whole village will be coming to the church on Saturday for the funeral.
Oh, of course, Bishop. You'll be able to preach to them.
Yes, I certainly shall, Henry. And it is a sermon that will need a good deal of thought.
I've got just the sermon, Bishop. I'll lend it to you.
Really, Henry? What's it about?
Sodom and Gomorrah. You'll find they'll lap it up.
Yes, Henry, I'm sure they will, but on second thoughts, perhaps I'd better write something, perhaps for the occasion. I'd be very grateful if you bring me a large pot of coffee, black coffee, strong black coffee. This is going to take a good deal of thought, Henry, dear old friend. Ah, tell me, Henry, dear old friend, is my mitre on straight?
Yes, Bishop, you look most impressive.
Thank you, dear old Henry. You know, I thought wearing it and this cope would prove a welcome contrast to the austerity of the Methodist minister.
Have you got your sermon?
Yes, I have, Henry. Here, all 10 pages of it.
10 pages? You're sure you wouldn't like to borrow mine? I brought it with me.
Thank you. No, Henry. No, this happens to be the finest sermon I've ever written, and frankly, it is rather more calculated to retrieve an erring flock than threaten to destroy them in the manner of the Old Testament, Henry.
But my Sodom and Gomorrah isn't a bit like that, Bishop.
Oh, well, isn't it? Well, it's all the same, Henry. I think I'll stick to my own sermon, if you don't mind.
I must say, Bishop, you certainly worked hard on it.
Well, I think perhaps we'll stroll down to the Lich Gate, and we should just meet the cortege as it arrives. Come on.
Oh, good afternoon, my lord. Hello, Archdeacon. Oh, I put the books out, my lord, but you'll have to announce the hymns. I couldn't reach up to the hymn board.
Why, you bent double like that, Newt? You look ridiculous. Have you dropped something?
No, my lord, I can't stand any straighter. I'm absolutely lost.
Oh, really, Newt? All this fuss about a little bit of digging.
Hello.
Oh, hello, my child.
You waiting for the funeral?
Why, have you seen them?
Yeah, they're just coming. Here they come, look.
But it's a horse and cart.
But of course, Newt. These charming old customs still survive in places like this. My word, it's certainly a good turnout, Henry. There must be 300 people.
At least, Bishop.
Oh, they aren't going to draw up on this side, then?
No, it looks as though they're going to stop a little beyond us, Newt, and then back up to the Lich Gate.
I'm not sure they're going to stop at all, Bishop.
They aren't! They've passed us! What's going on?
They must be going to the Methodist chapel, my lord.
Oh, really, this is too much.
What are you doing to your sermon, Bishop?
Tearing it up, Henry, tearing it up. It's obvious it'll not be needed now. How could they do this to me? How could they let us stand here like this and just walk by? Oh, when I think how hard I worked on that sermon.
Not as hard as I worked on that grave.
Oh, after all that, to go rushing off to the Methodist minister.
But they ain't.
Oh, ain't they?
What's that, my child?
No.
Then where are they going?
To the pub.
The pub?
Short for public house, my lord.
I know that. But whatever for?
It was his last wish, to be carried past it.
Oh, look, my lord.
Bishop, they're turning.
They're coming back.
So they are.
You'll be able to preach to them after all, my lord.
So I will, Newt. No, I won't, Newt. My sermon, I've torn it up. Oh, what shall I do, Henry? What shall I do?
Here, Bishop, have this.
Have what? Oh, what's this you're offering? Henry. Oh, no, not.
Sodom and Gomorrah, Bishop. You'll find they'll lap it up.
Oh. Here we are. Come on in, Henry. Oh, well, I think that passed off very well, don't you?
Oh, it was magnificent, my lord. They all said they're coming to Matins tomorrow. Oh, of course, it was the Archdeacon's sermon that did it. They were absolutely rapt. You could have heard a pin drop.
Didn't I tell you Sodom and Gomorrah always goes well, Bishop?
Oh, well, I'm not surprised, Henry, with that illustration taken from modern Copenhagen in it. I think our problem is solved anyway. The sheep have returned to the fold.
Yes, Bishop. All except one.
Oh, yes, of course, Mrs. Shoebridge. Yes, well, it's a pity about that, but you can't have everything, can you? Who can that be? Mrs. Shoebridge.
Oh, Mrs. Shoebridge.
Mrs. Shoebridge.
Have you come to collect something?
Yes, my lord. My own job.
What?
Oh, well, my lord, when you went and took those flowers out the church, I realized I'd made a mistake. And then today, when you preached that lovely sermon...
Oh, did you really enjoy it?
Oh, enjoy it, I'll say I did. It's not often you come out of a church really feeling you've learned something.
Oh, dear lady, come in, come in.
Well, right now, I'll just get my hat and coat off, tidy up the church, and start getting the dinner. What about Toad in the hole?
What indeed?
I shan't be long.
Well, Henry, hang up your hat, and we'll all go and sit down. Oh, I see you have hung it up.
No, I haven't, Bishop.
It must be Mr. Cox's, my lord.
But he wasn't there when we went out.
He must have come home, Bishop.
Yes, while we were in church.
Yeah, but he's not due back for a week.
Never mind, Bishop. Let's go and tell him the good news.
Oh, yes, my lord. Do let's.
Right, come on. Ah, Mr. Cox, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my lord.
Dean, what are you doing here?
I might ask the same question.
Have you come out of jail?
Did you enjoy your holiday?
Until yesterday.
What happened yesterday?
I heard to my amazement that you, my lord, had deserted the cathedral and with the whole of your staff had come out here for a holiday.
A holiday? This isn't a holiday.
Isn't it?
Oh, no, Dean. We haven't had a holiday. You see, I had to dig this grave and I'm absolutely lost.
Then why have you come out here?
Because, Dean, the church's interests required it. This parish was in an extremely run-down state, and I realized that only immediate and personal intervention could stop the rot.
Huh? And have you stopped it?
I think we can say that we have succeeded, Dean.
I appear to have been misinformed.
I think you have, Dean.
Do you intend to stay on, my lord?
Oh, well, yes, Henry, I do think we should stay for another week, don't you?
No, Bishop. Definitely.
Yes, of course, Henry. Oh, just to see that everything is all right.
Very well, I will return to St. Og's. I owe you an apology, my lord.
Not at all, Dean. Just a slight misunderstanding, nothing more. Now, let me show you.
Thank you. I must just get my eggs.
Eggs?
Whilst I was waiting for you, my lord, a dear woman brought them to the door.
Oh, really? What was her name?
I believe she said it was Mrs. Plummer.
No.
She didn't bring anything else with her, did she?
Only some flowers.
Flowers?
What did you do with them?
I suggested that she should wait until the service was over and put them in the church.
What?
Oh, no! Oh, Bishop!
Mrs. Shoebridge has just gone over to the church. She's bound to see
She
them.
mustn't. Come on. We'll have to head her off.
My lord!
Oh, no, Mrs. Shoebridge, we can explain. We can explain.
Yes, please don't leave us. At least not until we've had the toad in the hole.
Toad to the hole? You're not getting no toad to the hole from me. I'm off, and if you want toad in the hole, you go to Elsie Plummer. I'm going to pack my things. Yes, I am.
Come back.
In that episode of All Gas and Gaiters, the parts were played as follows. The Archdeacon, Robertson Hare, the Bishop, William Mervyn, the Dean, John Barron, the Chaplain, Jonathan Cecil, Mrs. Shoebridge, Doris Hare, Loader, George Woodbridge, Mrs. Plummer, Betty Bascom, and the country urchin, Neil McDermott. The Bishop Takes a Holiday was written for television and adapted for radio by Pauline Devaney and Edwin Apps. The programme was produced by David Hatch. We present All Gas and Gaiters.
The bishop buys a car.
Starring Robertson Hare, William Mervyn, John Barron, and Jonathan Cecil.
It is a summer afternoon, and as the Archdeacon walks through the close at St. Ogg's, a large, elderly Rolls-Royce swings through the main gateway, almost knocking him down. It is driven by the bishop.
Henry, what are you doing in the middle of the road?
What are you doing driving that enormous car, Bishop?
Just bought it, Henry. Come on, jump up. I'll take you to the palace.
Oh, thank you, Bishop.
There, what do you think of her? Oh, isn't she beautiful?
She's not exactly new, is she, Bishop?
Well, new? Well, relatively new. It's the 1934 model.
How much did you pay for it?
£300. Does that surprise you?
Yes, Bishop.
Well, you won't be half as surprised as Newt will be. I went out to buy a Mini. Oh, but this car, Henry, it's even got a speaking tube.
It sounds as if the salesman had one too, Bishop.
Oh, really, Henry, what nonsense. You're quite wrong. He was a particularly charming salesman. He said he was genuinely sorry to see it go. Well, here we are. Come on in, I'll give you a glass of sherry.
Oh, thank you, Bishop. Oh, I won't say no.
Oh. After all, Henry, one doesn't buy one's first car every day. Come on in.
No, coming, my lord. Good morning, Archdeacon.
Good morning, Newt.
Take the Archdeacon's coat, will you?
Yes, my lord. Well, did you buy the car?
I did, Newt.
And is it a dear little thing?
Well, it's not particularly little, is it, Henry?
No, Bishop. Just dear.
I can't wait to see it.
Well, open the door and have a look, Newt.
Oh, you got it with you.
Certainly, Newt. I drove home in it. Well, what do you say?
Moses.
Isn't she magnificent, Newt? She's even got a speaking tube.
But you went to buy a Mini.
Well, I bought a Maxi instead.
But, my lord, how could you? After all the hours I spent reading Motoring Witch.
Oh, yes. It was all most helpful. But as that charming young man pointed out, this car is an investment. At least he says it will be when the brakes are relined and it has a new set of tires and passes its MOT test.
But a car like that only does about 15 miles to the gallon.
On the contrary, Newt, the young man assures me it does nearly 16 miles to the gallon.
An old car like that.
He says age has nothing to do with it, providing I just have the engine rebored. Come, Henry, come on, have a glass of sherry.
Are you, Bishop?
Oh, certainly, yes. One doesn't buy one's first car every day, you know, Henry.
But, my lord, the Mini does 40 to the gallon.
But does a Mini have a speaking tube?
Well, no, it hardly needs one, does it?
You know, to think, Henry, after all these years struggling about on buses and trains, to have my own car. Dude, I can hardly believe it.
I've never understood why you weren't provided with a car like other bishops, Bishop.
Well, the church commissioners offered me one, Henry, but I gave the matter a great deal of thought and decided a domestic chaplain would be of more use to me. Hey, that reminds me, Newt. Have you written my sermon for the ordinands tomorrow?
No, my lord.
Why ever not?
The dean rang. He wants to see you.
The dean? Oh, I hope you told him I should be out this afternoon.
No, my lord. I said I was expecting you back any minute.
Sometimes, Henry, you know, I wonder if I made the right decision. What does the dean want, Newt?
To know if you've appointed a successor to Canon Beddoes, my lord.
Well, of course I haven't. One can't appoint a residentiary canon in a matter of weeks. I'm doing all I can. What on earth is all this mess on my desk? These black bits and these nail scissors.
Oh, well, my lord...
Newt, you haven't been clipping your eyebrows again, have you?
No, my lord, I haven't.
I told you before, Newt, the bathroom is the proper arena for such vain and sordid practices.
But I was just trimming the cuffs of my cassock. They're getting so frayed.
Well, you might clear up after yourself.
Sorry, my lord.
Please get the Archdeacon and myself a glass of sherry.
Yes, my lord. Actually, I wanted to speak to you about my cassock.
Oh, whatever for?
I'm due for a new one.
Are you?
Yes, my lord.
Well, now you've trimmed the cuffs. Surely you can manage with that one, can't you?
But it's getting so thin on the elbows.
Well, can't you wear your suit?
Well, that's as bad. It's almost through at the knees.
Oh, well, I'm sure you can manage somehow, Newt. Now, do pour us a sherry. There's a good fellow.
A new cassock would only cost £14.65, my lord.
Would it? Well, that's right out of the question.
Well, there is a cheaper one at £13.90.
Far too much.
Well, I suppose I could buy a choir cassock for about £7.
It's more possible.
But they're not very comfortable. They're so tight in the skirt.
Yes, Newt. Thoroughly bad buy. Take my advice and forget about the whole thing. After all, you know, we must economize. I've got some very heavy expenses in the next few weeks. You understand?
I understand, my lord. Sherry, Archdeacon?
Thank you. Hello. I thought Lent was over.
What's the matter, Henry?
This glass is only half full.
Your sherry, my lord.
Hey, you haven't filled my glass either, Newt.
No, my lord, no. We're economizing. Remember?
Newt, do I detect in this a veiled criticism of my new purchase?
I wouldn't like to venture an opinion, my lord.
My dear Newt, even you have a right to an opinion.
Well, my lord, I do think a nice little Minnie would have been more practical.
Oh, do be quiet, Newt.
But you said I was entitled to my opinion.
So you are, provided you keep it to yourself. Now, please hand me that decanter.
Very well, my lord. Here.
Thank you. Now, that car is what I've always needed. And if having it will require some small sacrifice on my part, I am prepared to.
So am I, Bishop.
Oh, yes, of course, Henry. Pass your glass. There you are.
Oh, thank you, Bishop.
Tell me, Henry, dear old friend, you missed it this afternoon?
No, not more than usual, Bishop.
Good, Henry, then I'll take you for a drive.
Oh, but my lord.
What is it now?
I promised the dean you'd do something about the vacant canonry this afternoon.
Oh, and on whose authority did you tell him that?
Well, he said until you appoint someone, he can't hold a chapter meeting.
Well, I can't help that. I'm not appointing anyone till I find the right man.
The dean suggested someone he thinks would be suitable, my lord.
Oh, did he?
The rural dean of Crowthorne says he's a very talented young man.
Really? And he didn't mention whether the rural dean is related to him, did he?
Yes, my lord, yes. He's his nephew. How odd you should ask.
Yes, it's not all that odd, Newt. Considering the only people the dean has suggested are his brother, 2 cousins, and his aunt's father-in-law.
My lord. Oh, surely the dean wouldn't suggest them because they're his relatives.
Well, of course he wouldn't, Newt. He'd do anything to make sure everyone will continue always to vote with him on the chapter.
I don't always vote with him, Bishop.
No. Of course you don't, Henry. You fought a very long and honourable battle. But with only 4 of you and the Chancellor and Beddoes always agreeing with the Dean, you must admit you haven't been very effective.
Point taken, Bishop.
But I intend to even things up, Henry. I'm going to find you an ally. Make it 2 against 2.
But we shall never decide anything then, Bishop.
You won't, Henry, but I shall. When the chapter is deadlocked, the bishop has the casting vote. Oh, see who that is, will you do?
Yes, my lord.
More sherry, Henry?
Oh, I thought we were economizing, Bishop.
So we are, Henry, from tomorrow.
The Dean, my lord.
Morning, Dean. So you have succumbed to temptation, my lord? What? Well, Dean, it's only a small one.
It looks a large one to me.
We start to economize tomorrow.
You'll need to with a car that size.
A car? Oh, yes. What do you think of my new car, Dean?
I wish you'd consulted me before buying it. I could have saved you some expense.
Why, Dean? Have you got friends in the trade?
Certainly not, Archdeacon.
Well, I can assure you, Dean, that I paid a very moderate price for it.
Good. You will lose less when you sell it.
Sell it? I've no intention of selling it.
I fear you will have to, my lord. There is a proposal before the chapter to designate the close a pedestrian precinct. If it is passed, as I am confident it will be, all private cars will forthwith be banned. Here is the agenda, Archdeacon.
Oh, thank you, Dean.
But surely, Dean...
Ban all cars? But you can't prevent people owning cars.
I can prevent them driving through the close.
But surely,
I
Dean...
can't drive out of the palace except through the close.
Precisely.
But surely,
Do
Dean...
be quiet, Newt. This is no concern of yours.
But I've got something to say, my lord.
Well, we don't want to hear it. What is it?
Surely the chapter can't meet to consider anything at present.
You're right. Oh, you can't do this, Dean. You can't hold a chapter meeting until I've appointed a new canon.
It seems I can, my lord. The Chancellor has examined the records, and we find the chapter has met with a quorum of 3.
When was that? I don't remember it.
In 1349. During the Black Death.
The Black Death? But that was an emergency.
And is this not an emergency? Cathedral business cannot wait indefinitely whilst you shilly-shally over this appointment. The late Canon Beddoes has been dead for 3 months.
I am not shilly-shallying. I just haven't found anyone suitable.
I have personally suggested 5 men, any one of whom would fill the post with distinction.
With relative distinction, Dean?
I beg your pardon?
The bishop means that they're all your relations, Dean.
What? Am I nepotic?
Only your wife can answer that, Dean.
Nepotism, Archdeacon, the practice of favoring one's relations. No one can accuse me of that.
Oh, what did I tell you, my lord? I said you were wrong.
Wrong? Why was his lordship wrong?
Well, the bishop was worried that you might be suggesting your relations, so you should get your own way on the chapter.
I'm glad to have this glimpse of your opinion of me, my lord.
No, Dean, please don't rush to conclusions. I was only afraid, you see, for your reputation. I mean, as Dean, you should be like Caesar's wife.
Caesar's wife?
Yes, you know, Caesar's wife. She was Henry, what was Caesar's wife?
A woman, Bishop.
She was above reproach, my lord.
Yeah, that's it, Dean. You should be above reproach.
I am above reproach.
Oh, well, that's all right then, isn't it? I needn't have worried.
Yes, I'm glad you appreciate that, my lord. I'll see you in the chapter house in half an hour, Archdeacon.
Oh, will you?
For the chapter meeting, and please don't be late. We have a great deal of business to get through. Good morning, gentlemen.
Ah, well, that's cleared that up, hasn't it?
Cleared it up. Newt has done no such thing. Making that close a pedestrian precinct, indeed.
Well, my lord, all those cars do rather spoil the look of the place.
Rubbish.
He's always wanted to do it, Bishop.
Has he, Henry?
Yes, but old Beddoes and I voted against him.
Oh, Beddoes? I thought he always agreed with the Dean.
Oh, not over this. He drove a car himself.
So he did, Archdeacon. A nice little mini, my lord.
Shut up, Newt.
He said he'd do anything to stop him banning cars, Bishop. He said he'd come back and haunt him.
Well, now's his chance. Still, we can't rely on help from beyond the grave. We must stop this absurd and illegal chapter meeting.
But is it illegal, my lord? If they held one like it in 1349...
I am by no means convinced that they did, Newt.
Well, it sounds very plausible. One of the canons might have caught the Black Death.
I'm not interested in the Black Death.
Well, it's very catching. It did make a lot of people ill.
Very possible. Ill? Did you say ill?
Yes, my lord. Oh, they had terrible swellings in their armpits, and their bodies were covered in black spots. Their tongues swelled up, and they had terrible thirst, and their lungs became inflamed, and they spat blood all over the place.
Really? Henry, how are you feeling?
Well, I was all right, Bishop, but I'm not so sure now.
Well, I'm sure, Henry. I am sure that you are going to be confined to your bed for several weeks.
Me, Bishop? What with? Not the Black Death?
Oh, no, Henry. Just a bad chill.
But why, Bishop?
Because, Henry, not even the Dean can hold a chapter meeting with a quorum of 2. Yes, Dean. Yes, it's a severe chill. Well, yes, the suddenness, it surprised us, too. But I do think it'd be a great mistake, for him to go out. He's lying on the sofa here in my study. What? Oh, no, Dean, I shouldn't do that. I mean, supposing it's catching. Oh, well, if you insist. But I really... Oh, really, he's rung off. Henry's coming round. I couldn't stop him.
Oh, can't I take some of these blankets off, Bishop?
Let's see what your temperature is. 98.4. Hasn't budged.
I fill these hot water bottles with boiling water, my lord.
Splendid, Newt, splendid. Here, Henry. Put these round your face. Come on.
Oh, I couldn't, Bishop. No, really, no.
Well, would you rather do some more running up and downstairs?
Oh, no.
That's the Dean. What shall we do?
Shall I let him in?
No, not yet, Newt. Not yet. No, I've got it. Give me the thermometer, Henry. Now, we'll just rest the thermometer on the hot water bottle. There, that's better. What's it say? 104 degrees. All right, Newt. Let the Dean in.
Right, my lord.
I haven't forgot everything I learned at school, Henry.
No.
Now, keep this in your mouth until the Dean comes. This should convince him.
My lord. The Dean's got someone with him.
The doctor? But he can't have. He hasn't had time.
No, the Chancellor and Mr. Daniels, the chapter clerk.
Oh, that's all right. Show him in.
Right, my lord.
Remember, Henry, you are very ill.
Yes, Bishop. I feel it.
Come this way, gentlemen.
Oh, gentlemen, how good of you to call. As you see, the poor Archdeacon is far from well.
Yes, he looks flushed, certainly.
I'm just taking his temperature. Gracious, he's sick indeed. Perhaps you'd like to see for yourself, Dean?
That will not be necessary. Archdeacon!
Yes, Dean?
Can you raise your right arm?
Yes, Dean, a little.
Excellent. Now, if you will sit there, Chancellor.
Yes, Dean.
And if you, Mr. Daniels, if you will sit there and take the minutes, excuse me, my lord, I will sit here.
What are you doing, Dean?
I am about to hold a chapter meeting, my lord.
But you can't. This isn't a chapter house. Meetings have to be held in the chapter house.
No, my lord. The Chancellor has consulted the records. Haven't you, Chancellor?
Yes, Dean.
He finds that there is a precedent for holding a chapter meeting at the palace. Don't you, Chancellor?
Yes, Dean.
When was that?
In the year 1215. Am I right, Chancellor?
Yes, Dean.
I suppose that was during the Black Death, too.
Certainly not. It was when King John pillaged the cathedral.
Well, gentlemen, let us not waste any more time. I have an appointment at 4 o'clock with the late Canon Beddoes' solicitors. Although, as you all know, there was an important question on which he and I disagreed. It seems he has not forgotten me.
Who could, Dean?
So, if you wouldn't mind leaving us, my lord.
I certainly do mind. I mind very much. In fact, I wish to register my formal protest at this whole affair. To take advantage of a vacancy on the chapter, then to cook up this quorum nonsense. You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Aye, my lord. It is you who should be ashamed. Ashamed to leave the cathedral for so long without a residentiary canon.
I tell you I can't find one.
Then I advise you to redouble the search. For until you do, I shall continue to conduct business with a quorum whether you like it or not. And now, if you will excuse me, gentlemen, I have a proposal I wish to put to the chapter.
Oh, very well.
And please take your chaplain with you.
Come on, Newt.
Oh, right, my lord.
On second thought, no. You stay, Newt.
Impossible? No unauthorized persons may be present at a chapter meeting. Mayday, Chancellor.
Yes, Dean. That is no, Dean.
Unauthorized? Who says that Canon Newt is unauthorized?
Canon? I wasn't aware Newt was a canon.
Nor was I, Dean.
Really? Well, he is. He is the new residentiary canon.
Moses.
But you can't do that.
Oh, yes, I can, Dean. You've been telling me to appoint someone quickly. Well, now I have. I hope you have a very good meeting. Oh, Dean, just remember, if you do reach deadlock on any of your proposals, I shall be only too happy to exercise my casting vote. Good afternoon, gentlemen. At last, Dean's the meeting over.
Yes, my lord.
I thought I'd better stay here in the hall in case you needed my vote.
So I see. However, it proved unnecessary.
Ah, some people know when they are beaten, eh, Dean?
One hopes so, my lord.
Well, what do you think of my new appointment, Dean?
I congratulate you on it, my lord.
You do? On Newt?
Canon Newt. Yes, my lord. I find he has a mind of his own.
Newt has? Oh, really? Oh, I know. You mean you know where his duty lies?
Yes, well, he certainly seems to, my lord. Now, if you will excuse me, I have to go and see these solicitors.
Oh, yes, of course. Solicitors, your legacy. Don't let us keep you from your inheritance, Dean.
It'll hardly be that, my lord. Simply some token of remembrance that good old Beddoes wished me to have. Now, I really must go. Come, gentlemen.
Yes, of course, of course.
No, by the way, my lord, I have cured the Archdeacon.
You have, Dean? But how?
By removing the blankets and the hot water bottles. He recovered almost at once. Good afternoon.
Henry, come here. What happened?
Disaster, Bishop. Oh, I don't know how you can say that, Archdeacon. I think it's going to look very nice.
What's going to look nice?
The close, my lord. Oh, it's going to have little white posts and chains across all the roads, so that even if people want to drive through, they can't.
What?
That was my idea. But the Dean accepted it without a murmur.
I bet he did. Newt! What have you done?
He voted with the Dean, Bishop.
Newt! You Judas!
Oh, that's not fair. It simply isn't fair.
Are you denying that you betrayed us?
I did my duty.
Yes, your duty. Your duty is to do what I say.
But it isn't, my lord. Not anymore. Now I'm a canon. The Dean pointed out. My duty is to the cathedral. And I had to agree it would be better without all the cars.
Oh. Well, I should just have to look around for someone else, I suppose.
Someone else? Whatever for?
To replace you, of course, Newt.
But you can't. You've appointed me.
Yes, and I intend to disappoint you, Newt. Come on, Henry. Let's go for a drive.
A drive, Bishop? Oh, how splendid. Where are we going?
To the St. Og's Motor Mart. To sell them back that beautiful car, which I'm not going to be able to use. Come on.
My lord.
What is it now?
Well, I've got some personal shopping to do. Please, may I come with you?
No, Newt, you may not.
But it looks like rain.
Really? Well, at the risk of appearing unchristian, may I say, Newt, that I hope you get extremely wet. Come on, Henry. Oh, come on in, Henry, out of the rain. No, I simply don't understand, Henry, how any motor car can be worth £150 less in the afternoon than it was in the morning.
He didn't seem to think much of the speaking tube, Bishop.
Oh, really, Henry, don't mention that man. Considering how sorry he said he was to see the car go, he didn't seem at least pleased to see it back. Oh, gracious, his coat is soaking.
So is mine, Bishop.
Still, there's one consolation, Henry. One thought that buoys me up amidst this flood of disasters.
What's that, Bishop?
Newt, Henry. Newt, standing out there at that bus stop, getting soaked to the skin.
Hello, you're back at last, my lord.
Newt, but we left you at the bus stop.
Yes, I was given a lift home, my lord. My lord, the Dean rang and he wants to speak to you.
And I don't want to speak to him, Newt.
But he said it's important, my lord.
Newt, I have suffered enough for one day. What on earth? What on earth have you got on?
Oh, do you like it? My new cassock.
But I told you you couldn't have a new cassock.
Ah, that was when I was your chaplain, my lord. I thought I'd get a grey one to show my new status.
Really? What did it cost?
50 guineas, my lord.
50 guineas?
You must have a speaking tube, Bishop.
It's got a silk lining, Archdeacon. Look, a gold one. That'll be the dean. I'll let him in.
Bad news, my lord. Most disappointing tidings.
Really, Dean? What's the matter?
Didn't all Beddoes cut up well, Dean?
On the contrary, Archdeacon, my legacy is far more generous than I either expected or deserved.
Then what was wrong?
Newt is wrong, my lord.
Newt?
Canon Newt, Dean.
No, Newt, you are not a canon. You cannot be a canon.
But the bishop has appointed me.
He should not have done.
You're telling me.
The appointment is invalid.
Invalid? But I can appoint anyone I like, Dean.
Anyone except members of your family, my lord.
My family? I can assure you, Dean, Newt is no relation of mine.
As your domestic chaplain and a member of your household, technically he is. It is most unfortunate.
It certainly is.
Oh, I don't know.
Every cloud has a silver lining.
And in this case, Henry, it has a gold one.
But what about my new cassock? It's cost 50 guineas, Dean, and I haven't got 50 guineas. What am I going to do?
Well, you've been a canon for about 3 hours. Newt, you should be able to claim something from cathedral funds, shouldn't he, Dean?
Out of the question.
But he attended a chapter meeting. He ought to get something for that.
But he had no right to attend. He was incompetent.
You can say that again.
Legally incompetent, Archdeacon. Unqualified, illicit, illegitimate. Need I go on?
I'd rather you didn't, Dean.
Dean, if Newt was illegal, then the meeting itself was illegal. And so were the proposals adopted at it.
That is one point of view, my lord, certainly. However, I think the fairest thing would be to let sleeping dogs lie.
Oh, so do I, Dean.
Oh, do you? Well, I intend to wake 'em up.
But to change the decision once it has been made, my lord, might look as though I were giving in to personal pressure.
Yes, Dean, it might.
You won't get away with this, Dean.
I'm not trying to get away with anything, my lord. I simply wish to be fair to all parties.
Oh, do you? Well, if you really want to be fair, you should stop this whole business of banning cars from the coast.
Oh, I don't think that would be fair at all.
I see. You think I should do this regardless of my personal feelings, my lord?
Your personal feelings, Dean, should not come into it.
Very well, my lord. I will do as you wish. I will tell the Chancellor to cancel the pedestrian precinct proposal.
You will, in spite of your personal feelings.
But you have told me that my personal feelings should not come into it.
Dean, you know I suddenly feel very small. Don't you, Henry?
I always do feel small, Bishop.
No, Henry, I mean beside the Dean.
Oh, particularly beside the Dean.
No, Dean, I owe you an apology. I have been very uncharitable. I doubted your integrity. I see I was wrong.
Oh, that's all right, my lord.
No, Dean, I must make amends. Tell me, what can I do that would really please you?
Well, my lord, since you ask, I should be grateful if you would appoint a new canon as soon as you can.
I will do better than that, Dean. I will appoint the rural Dean of Crowthorne now.
My nephew! Oh, my lord, this is generous.
Oh, it's not nearly as generous as you've been, Dean.
Oh, well, I'm very grateful, my lord.
Nonsense. A very great pleasure. Give me his address in the morning. I'll write to him.
I certainly will, my lord. And now, if you will excuse me, I must go and show my legacy from the dear good Beddoes to my wife.
Oh, do you have it with you?
Yes, would you care to see it, my lord?
Oh, very much, Dean. Am I the first?
No, Newt has seen it.
Newt?
I've been inside it, my lord.
Inside? My dear Dean, what can it be?
See for yourself, my lord.
What?
Oh, Beddoes' car.
Yes, a nice little Mini, my lord. The Dean gave me a lift home. It goes awfully well.
Yes, it does 40 miles to the gallon. Well, thank you for your advice not to ban cars in the close, my lord. I shall follow it to the letter.
I don't doubt you will, Dean, now.
And I'll bring my nephew's address in the morning. Good morning, gentlemen.
Oh, really, Henry, what have I done?
You've let him get his own way, Bishop.
Have to watch him driving round the close when I've sold my car, the only car, Henry, that I've ever had.
Can't you buy it back, my lord?
I haven't enough money, Newt. I've only got £200, and I can't do anything with £200, can I?
Well, there is one thing, my lord.
Oh, what's that?
Well, you could pay this bill.
What bill?
My cassock.
Oh, all right. Very well. Hey, £175.48. You said it cost £50.
Well, so it did. That's for the suits.
What suits?
Well, the two they're sending. Then there's the dressing gown, 6 pairs of pajamas.
No, if you think I'm going to buy your dressing gown and pajamas and collars, things like that.
In that episode of All Gas and Gaiters, the parts were played as follows. The Archdeacon, Robertson Hare. The Bishop, William Mervyn. The Dean, John Barron. The Bishop's Chaplain, Jonathan Cecil. The Chancellor, Manning Wilson. The Bishop Buys a Car was written for television and adapted for radio by Pauline Devaney and Edwin Acts. The program was produced by David Hatch. We present All Gas and Gaiters. The Bishop Gets the Sack. Starring Robertson Hare, William Mervyn, John Barron, and Jonathan Cecil, with this week's guest, Hugh Paddock. The Bishop of St. Ogg's is sitting reading his morning mail when he's interrupted by his chaplain, who tiptoes into the room and tries surreptitiously to open one of the drawers of his desk.
Newt, what are you doing?
Trying not to interrupt you, my lord.
Well, you failed in your endeavor. What do you want?
I'm looking for a bottle.
Newt, I am not in the habit of keeping bottles in my desk.
No, my lord. I didn't mean that sort of bottle.
And neither did I.
I meant an empty aspirin bottle that I saw here the other day. Oh, here it is. It's to put these pills in.
What pills are they?
Just some pills the vet's given me. Ah, that's better.
The vet? I know there's a shortage in doctors, but really...
Not for me, my lord. Oh, that was Samson.
No, your cat. What's wrong with him?
Well, I don't know. He's very nervy and he won't touch his food. Do you know, the moment he woke up this morning, I waved a big plate of raw pig's liver under his nose and he just wouldn't look at it.
I can't say I blame him.
It's his favourite. That and a nice boiled cod's head. He loves the eyes, you see.
Oh, I wish you wouldn't discuss your cat's menu. Now, listen to this letter.
Who's it from, my lord?
Mr. Timothy Post, a BBC television producer. He wishes to make a film for television about the cathedral and asks me to choose someone suitable to act as guide.
Oh, I'll write and put him off.
Put him off?
Well, we don't want that sort of thing here, do we, my lord? All that sex and satire.
Oh, that nonsense. It'll be the best publicity we've had for years.
But won't it attract an awful lot of trippers?
I hope it will. Do you realize, Newt, that last year Canterbury Cathedral was visited by 500,000 tourists? Do you know how many came here? 98. And that figure included a party of 52 old-age pensioners on a day trip to Brighton whose coach driver lost the way.
And weren't they cross with the poor man?
Yes, Newt. It's the first time anyone's claimed sanctuary here since 1692.
But wouldn't a lot of tourists rather spoil the atmosphere?
Oh, Newt, really? How can you suggest such a thing? Don't you grasp the significance in this day and age of falling congregations of 500,000 people entering the doors of a great cathedral?
Oh, but of course, my lord. You mean it represents...
Pounds, Newt. It represents £500,000. Well, work it out for yourself. 50 pence for the guidebook, 10 pence each for the tower and the crypt, not to mention the sale of postcards and souvenirs, key rings, models of the cathedral, all that stuff. The vista's unlimited, Newt. I can tell you, I consider this television program as by far the greatest pastoral opportunity that has occurred since my enthronement as bishop. We'll make a fortune. Now, the important thing is to choose the right person to act as guide. What did Mr. Post's letter say?
Someone with a thorough knowledge of the cathedral, a good speaking voice, and a warm, lovable personality.
Who shall we choose?
How about the dean?
The dean? You're mad. Can you imagine that great gloomy face appearing in the corner of people's living rooms? God,
Poor fat lot of tourists we'd get after they'd seen him.
He does know a lot about the cathedral, my lord. After all, he wrote the guidebook.
A fact, Newt, that I have not overlooked. Have you ever tried to read it? After the classified telephone directory, it must rank as the dullest publication in the English language.
Oh, isn't that a little unfair?
Possibly. To the classified telephone directory. No, Newt. The last thing this venture needs is any help from the Dean. St. Oggs 234, Cuthbert St. Oggs speaking.
My lord, the Dean here.
Oh, speak of that. Oh, no, sorry. Morning, Dean.
Good morning, my lord. I have just received a letter from the British Broadcasting Corporation.
Oh, they've sent you one too, have they?
I thought I would ring you at once to put your mind at rest.
Ah, then you don't wish to be connected with the venture.
On the contrary, I am offering myself as guide.
You, Dean? But why you?
Because of Mr. Post's description of the requirement, of course.
Oh, you mean that bit about having a thorough knowledge about the cathedral?
No. The good speaking voice and the warm, lovable personality. Good morning, my lord.
Did you hear that? The Dean's nominated himself as guide.
Oh, well, that's settled then.
Settled? It's nothing of the sort. I intend to do everything in my power to exclude him from this venture completely.
But if he thinks he's suitable and wants to do it, how can you stop him, my lord?
By choosing somebody more suitable, of course.
More suitable? Oh, the Archdeacon.
Henry? Oh, no, out of the question. I'm afraid he's gone to prison.
Prison? The Archdeacon, what's he done?
Oh, nothing. No. He's simply revisiting Parkhurst, where he used to be a chaplain. He goes to see a prisoner he takes an interest in, and unfortunately he won't be back until it's all over.
Oh, dear, then who on earth can we find to be the guide?
Well, we must think, Newt.
Dear, well, there isn't anyone else with a thorough knowledge of the cathedral, a good speaking voice, and a warm, lovable personality.
Come now, Newt. I think we both know someone who might fit that description rather well, don't you?
You mean Canon Hayward?
No, not Canon Hayward. Someone nearer home. Much nearer home.
Oh, no, my lord, you can't mean me. Oh, no, I couldn't do it. I get so nervous.
Oh, no, not you. Me.
You, my lord?
Yes. I think I shall rather enjoy being on television.
Sit down, crew. Sit down. Maggie, have you got my glass of milk?
Oh, poor Tim. Is your ulcer playing up?
Are you surprised after the morning we've had? Now, quiet, everyone! Thank you. Now, my lord, if you'd just like to show us how you'd go about describing the West Front here.
But, my dear Mr. Post, you surely don't need to do any more. I've shown you how I intend to describe the transept and the nave, the Lady Chapel.
Nevertheless, I should be grateful if you'd have one more try, my lord.
Very well, Mr. Post, very well. Now, I shall stand here like this, and I shall say to the camera something like this. The West Front is built in the Romanesque style. No, I'm terribly sorry. No, Gothic, I mean.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no, I tell a lie. No, it's early perpendicular transept. That's right, isn't it, Newt?
No, my lord, it's Norman.
Well, yes, I meant Norman, of course. Anyway, it was built by...
William of Wapping.
Yes, William of Wapping. 1377.
1277, my
As
lord.
I said, 1377.
Well, make your mind up.
Look, Newt, that's the one date that I do know. It happens to be my sister's telephone number, West Ewell 1377.
Oh, good care. That's West Ewell 1277.
Oh, yes, so it is. Oh, well, anyway, the West Front was built by William of Wapping in 1277. Now, I'm not quite sure about this.
Now what?
Well, I'd rather like to tell a little joke here.
Oh, why not? Don't think it would spoil anything.
He hasn't got much idea, has he?
About the same as the other lot I worked with.
Who are they?
Flower pot men. Just give me that again, will you, darling?
Oh, I see, yes. Well, talking about the West Front, I'm reminded of my old friend, the Bishop of Ranjapur.
Oh, hold it!
What's the matter?
I just think I'll change the camera angle.
Whatever for?
To stop it becoming boring.
I resent that.
But it's standard practice, my lord. If you watch a film, the camera keeps on moving from side to side.
Yes, with other people, of course, yes. I'm not surprised. I mean to say, have you seen some of the stuff they're doing on television nowadays?
Yes. Oh, that's a much more interesting angle. You see, we've got that gravestone in the background there. Would you like to continue, my lord?
No, I would not, Mr. Post. Just tell me when you are ready and I will do it. But I'm not prepared to practice anymore.
Oh, very well, my lord. Take 5 minutes, everybody.
Ah, you agree with me, do you?
Of course. May I have a word with you in private?
Private? Oh, yes, of course, my dear fellow. Yes. Let's just stroll over here.
Excuse me. Do you think Mr. Post will be talking to the bishop for very long?
Oh, no, he's probably done it by now.
Done what?
Given him the sack.
You surely don't mean it. The bishop? The sack?
Oh, don't worry. He'll hardly notice. Tim's an expert at it.
Yes, well, I'm glad you agree with me. I must say, I thought so all along.
I felt you did, otherwise I wouldn't have mentioned it.
Look, Mr. Post agrees with me that this job is perhaps not quite the thing for me in my position, a little undignified.
Ah, he's given you the sack, has he?
Certainly not. It was entirely my own idea that I should retire.
Moses, he must be good at it.
The question now is, if I am not to act as guide, who is? The one person we must at all costs avoid...
Good morning, my lord.
Oh, Dean, what brings you here?
I just thought I'd see how you were getting on.
Oh, splendidly. Don't let us keep you.
Ah, Mr. Timothy Post, I presume. Yes, allow me to introduce myself. I am Lionel Pugh Critchley, Dean of St. Og's.
Oh, how do you do, Mr. Dean?
I'm glad to hear that there are no problems.
Well, we do have a problem, as a matter of fact.
Indeed?
Yes, we need a
cup of coffee. Oh, yes, it's a good idea. Why don't you all come down?
I was going to say a guide.
A guide? Oh, but I understood that you were going to perform that function, my lord.
Yes, well, you see, there's been a slight change of plan.
In that case, perhaps I could offer my services.
Oh, would you? Oh, this would be most grateful. If you would care to show us the chief points of interest in the West Front.
Well, with pleasure. And as a matter of fact, I have taken the precaution of bringing our very excellent guidebook with me.
I bet he has.
Now, let me see. Page 40, the West Front. Yes, here we are. One of the chief points of interest in the West Front is the new litter bin. This handsome receptacle, made to a pattern chosen by the Dean's wife...
There we go again.
...is one of several placed throughout the close. Visitors should be warned that failure to utilize these bins will result in immediate prosecution. The maximum fine of £25 for the first offence.
Oh, why didn't I stay with the flower pot, man?
Is something the matter?
Oh, no, Dean, of course not. Also, may I have a word with you in private?
Certainly, Mr. Post. Shall we just stroll over here a minute?
Where's he taking him?
It's all right, my lord. He's just going to give him the sack.
The Dean, the sack?
Don't worry, he'll hardly notice. Mr. Post is an expert.
Oh, not notice? What rubbish. How can anyone be given the sack and not notice it?
Well, you didn't. Some tea, Mr. Post. No, thank you. I'll stick to the milk if you don't mind. Tea for you, my lord.
Oh, please do, yes. I'm sorry, Mr. Post. I really don't know who to suggest now.
Could we send a telegram to the Archdeacon?
Oh, he'd never get here from Parkhurst in time. The filming's tomorrow morning, remember. No, there's no one. Simply no one.
Not fair!
I beg your pardon.
This is meant to be an easy program. I'm not supposed to be given difficult jobs, not anymore. They're phasing me out.
Fading you out? Why? Have you offended Mrs. Whitehouse?
No. Phasing, my lord, reducing the load. I've only got one more program to do. I retire next month, you know.
Retire? You do surprise me. You hardly look 60.
60! 39! I just have to cancel the whole thing.
But you can't do that. You can't. We need the publicity.
I'm sorry, but what else can I do? There's no time to rehearse anymore now, even if we could find a suitable person.
How's the headache, Mr.
Terrible! May I have one of those aspirins on your desk, my lord?
No, I'm awfully sorry. They're Samson's.
Well, surely he wouldn't begrudge me an
Samson is a cat.
And they're not aspirin, they're tranquilizers. He has them for his nerves.
Oh, well, in that case, perhaps not. Would you put them back on the desk for me?
Of course.
Oh, really, you know, this is desperate. All we need is someone with a thorough knowledge of the cathedral, a good speaking voice, and a warm, lovable personality.
Anyone at home?
Deacon, what are you doing here?
Henry, why aren't you at Barkhurst?
A lost journey, I'm afraid.
Why, you saw your prisoner friend.
No, he wasn't in.
You mean he was out?
Yes. He escaped in the laundry basket last Monday.
Really, my dear Henry, you can't imagine how pleased we are to see you. Mr. Post, this is the Archdeacon. What do you think of him?
Yes?
Well, he's got a very warm smile. Smile, Henry, go on. Smile warmly. Smile warmly, Henry.
What for?
Because I asked you to, Henry. I asked you to.
Come on, Archdeacon, you were doing it just now.
Yes, well, if you insist.
There. What did I tell you?
Yes.
You know you'd have to go an awful long way to find a smile more lovable than that.
Bishop, may I stop smiling?
Oh, just listen to that voice. Well, what do you think?
Well, we'd have to do a lot to him.
Oh, do what you like. You won't mind, will you, Henry?
Won't I?
No. Well, he's rather small. He'd be very difficult to shoot.
Yes, that's what Jerry found at Gallipoli.
Yeah, well, you could stand on a box. I mean, you'd be prepared to stand on a box so that Mr. Post could shoot you, wouldn't you, Henry?
Is that an order, Bishop?
Of course, Henry, dear old friend, I'm so sorry. Of course, we've never explained to you, have we? It's not as funny as that, Newt.
No, of course it isn't, no. No, you see, Mr. Post is a television director who's doing a film about the cathedral, and we want you to act as guide.
Oh, but Bishop, I've got a bit of a cold coming on. Do you really want me to do this?
Want you, Henry? I've chosen you in the furnace of affliction, Isaiah.
Bad as that, is it? Oh, well, I've been on television before, of course.
You have? Oh, then you know the ropes. Oh, then we needn't cancel the film after all. I tell the boys to roll the cameras at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Good night.
Good night, Mr. Post.
Good night, good night. Oh, my dear Henry, you are wonderful. You've saved the day. I never knew you'd been on television.
Oh, yes, a few years ago now.
What was it? Meeting Point?
No, jukebox jury.
How terribly clever.
Not at all. There was nothing to it.
Who was on the panel with you?
No one.
You mean you were on the panel alone?
No. I was in the audience with my nephew. There was a picture of my feet. They tell me my gaiters showed up particularly well.
Oh, my lord. And Mr. Post thinks he knows the ropes. What are we going to do?
Oh, well, there's only one thing we can do, Newt.
What's that?
Show him the ropes. And we've got precisely 15 hours to do it, so let's make a start right away.
But, Bishop, I've got this cold. I want to go home to bed.
Bed, Henry? You're not going to bed yet. In fact, you're probably not going to bed at all. You aren't leaving this room until you are as an accomplished television commentator as Cliff Mitchellmore, Robin Day, Katie Boyle, all rolled into one.
The Lady Chapel remains as it was before the Reformation.
With the exception?
Yes, of course. With the exception...
Stop!
What's the matter, my lord?
Start again, Henry. We've got to get it right, Henry.
Oh, very well. Welcome to the cathedral at St. Og's, a place you must be sure not to miss. The south aisle is remarkable as an example of...
Stop!
What's wrong now?
You aren't smiling, Henry.
Yes, I am.
Well, it doesn't look like it, does it, Newt?
It is a bit difficult to detect, Archdeacon.
Well, I don't feel much like smiling.
Henry, where is your professionalism? Come on now, once again.
Welcome to our ancient cathedral of St. Ogg's. A place you must be sure to miss.
Not to miss! Not to miss and smile, Henry. You weren't smiling. You've got to smile, Henry. Smile. Remember, keep smiling. Oh, hello. Is that the Ecclesiastical Novices Company? Oh, good morning. This is the Bishop of St. Ogg's speaking. Yes, I want to make an order. A larger order. Now, listen carefully. Well, let me see now. 10,000 nice souvenir models of the cathedral. Oh, yes, of course, the ones that light up. And let's say 15,000 of those very smart St. Ogg's key rings. They're bound to be popular. 20,000 postcards of St. Ogg's tomb. Oh, in colour, of course. Yeah, oh, the larger ones, naturally. And the same amount of assorted views. Now, how much will that lot cost? Oh, will it? Yes, as much as that. Oh, well, never mind. Put it all in hand immediately and charge it to my account. Thank you. Good morning.
Samson? Puss.
Ah, Newt.
Yes, my lord.
Where have you been?
Looking for Samson, my lord. He hasn't had his tranquilizers and I can't find him anywhere.
Oh, really, Newt, you've no sense of the fitness of things. He'll turn up. Cats always do. The thing is, have you seen Henry?
No, not since you let him go at 5:30 this morning.
Yes, that may have been a mistake.
You mean making him practice all night?
No, letting him go home.
But you couldn't have kept him any longer. He was feeling so rotten with his cold.
I disagree. You know, I think we should have trained him right up to the last minute like a racehorse. Still, I have no real fears. I think we can rely on Henry's eloquence. That'll be him now. Go and let him in.
Very well, my lord. Good morning, Archdeacon. Come in, won't you? My lord, here's the Archdeacon.
Ah, morning, Henry. Thoroughly rested, are you? No sign of Mr. Post yet, Newt?
No, my lord.
Well, I expect you're raring to go, aren't you, Henry? You will remember everything I told you last night, won't you?
Yes, and do remember to smile, Archdeacon, won't you?
Yes, Henry, why are you waving your arms about like that? What's he doing, Newt?
Well, he seems to be pointing to his throat, my lord.
Oh, really? Henry, why are you pointing to your throat?
I think he's trying to tell us something.
Then why doesn't he say it?
I don't know. Let it... Oh, you don't think... Archdeacon, you haven't lost your voice, have you?
Lost his voice? Oh, no, it's not possible. Henry, it isn't true. Say it isn't true. Tell me, speak to me, Henry, dear old friend. Say you haven't lost your voice.
He's writing a message, my lord.
Oh, quick, Newt, see what it says.
I have lost my voice. Oh, Lord, I told you shouldn't have made him rehearse all night. Now what shall we do?
Newt, what can we do? Man is born to trouble as the sparks fly upward.
Yes, my lord, I do so agree. Job chapter 5, verse 7.
What can I say? Well, at least we have tried, Newt. We did our best, Newt. We did our best to help the cathedral that we all love in its hour of need, and we have failed. Events have overwhelmed us.
Has it occurred to you, my lord, that perhaps this television program was not, after all, meant?
Frankly, Newt, it had not. However, now that you mention it, I confess it appears a distinct possibility. But as Christians, Newt, we know what to do, don't we?
Oh, yes, my lord. Indeed we do. Accept the inevitable with joy.
Well, if not with joy, exactly, accept it calmly and with dignity. Go, Newt, and tell Mr. Post we wish the program cancelled.
Very well, my lord.
And, Newt?
Yes, my lord.
There is no shame in defeat.
No, my lord.
Remember always that the key to heaven... The keys.
My lord, what is it?
The key rings! St. Ogg's key rings! I've just ordered all that rubbish.
Rubbish?
Oh, 10,000 plaster models of the cathedral, 15,000 St. Ogg's key rings, 20,000 postcards of St. Ogg's tomb, and the same quantity of assorted views.
What?
Yes, in colour and the large ones.
Oh, my lord, what shall we do?
The program has got to go on.
How can it? The Archdeacon can't speak.
Well, we'll just have to make him speak. I can't be left with all that junk. It cost a fortune.
Morning! What a beautiful morning.
Morning, Mr. Post.
Extraordinary weather, isn't it?
Yes, morning.
Good morning, my lord. Good morning, Archdeacon. How are you today?
He's very well, thank you.
Oh, good. Sleep well, Archdeacon?
Yes, like a log, thank you.
Raring to go, are you?
Oh, yes, he's absolutely raring.
It's not very talkative, is it?
No, well, you see,
He's saving his voice. Right. Well, I'll just line up the camera and see you in a couple of minutes.
Yes, of course.
Splendid. Well, see you later.
Now, how on earth can we get his voice back?
Well, I believe the principle is to relax the throat. I think you're meant to spray it with ether.
Oh, don't be silly. We haven't got any ether.
What about Friar's balsam?
Ah, that's possible. I know. Gargle with salt and water. Henry!
I don't think you like the sound of that.
Come back here. Come on, Rick.
Look, he's writing another message.
What's it say?
Alcohol. Oh, but are you sure, my lord?
Do as I say.
Oh, very well. Here you are, Archdeacon. Oh,
well,
he looks more cheerful. Look, he's holding out his glass for more.
Yes, well, go on, Newt. Fill it up again, Henry, has it done any good?
Yes, has it, Archdeacon? Try and speak. Oh, do try.
Oh, it's no good. We're done for.
No, don't despair, my lord. Look, he's writing another message. It says, can't Newt do it? What? No! Oh, no, I couldn't. No, don't ask me, Archdeacon.
Oh, if only he could, Henry. He's very strong on the facts, and he's not bad looking, even in a sort of funny way.
Oh, my lord, you're too kind.
No, the trouble is he gets nervous. Give him something to do, and he flaps around like a startled hen. Henry, why are you pointing to the decanter? Oh, do you really think you should have another one? Oh, I see. You mean Newt. Dutch courage, eh? That's a thought. Newt, get yourself a glass of sherry.
Oh, no, I couldn't. I don't. I never do.
Newt,
Never.
As your bishop, I order you to have at least 2 sips of sherry.
Oh, no, don't do that, my lord.
Do as you are told.
I don't even like it in a trifle. Really, I'd rather...
Henry, whatever you pull him a sleeve for? Aspirins, yes, of course. Come on, Newt. Give him some aspirins, Henry. This will relax you.
Oh, very well. Oh, but surely not as many as that.
This is an emergency. Now, go on, swallow them off. Now, off you go, and do the best you can for us.
Yeah, but what shall I tell Mr. Post?
Well, you just have to tell him that there's been another change of plan.
Oh, very well, if you insist, my lord. But I'm afraid it'll take more than aspirins to cure my nerves.
Oh, dear Henry, my dear old friend. I'm afraid aspirins, even taken with a glass of sherry, will hardly help the situation. I don't think we'll bother to go and watch. Do you? No, it hardly seems kind to Newt. What shall we do? Oh, yes, of course. What a good idea, Henry. Sherry. No, it isn't. The decanter's empty. Oh, I suppose we could get out another bottle. What do you think? Yes. You're getting rather good at nodding your head, aren't you? Oh, well, let's see. They're in this cupboard. So, what's this? It's Samson. So that's where you've been. What have you got there? Kittens! 4 pretty little kittens. Dear me, it looks as though we're going to have to call you Delilah in future. Well, you know, Newt's been very worried about his cat, Henry. He thought it was suffering from nerves. He even went to the vet to get some special pills. Special pills, Henry? Those aspirins you gave Newt. Where did you get them from? Not at the desk. Oh, no, Henry, you did. Henry, they aren't aspirins. They're animal tranquilizers. Do you realize what you've done? Come on, we must go and find Newt if it isn't already too late. Come on, Henry.
Right, now settle down, everyone. Settle down. Thank you. Milk, please, Maggie.
Oh, poor old Tim. Good luck.
Oh, you must be joking. Are you ready, Mr. What's your name?
Newt. Yes, Mr. Post. I'm quite ready if you are.
Oh, right. Well, roll the camera.
Unknown Cathedral, scene 1, take 1, action.
Good evening, viewers, and welcome to our beautiful cathedral here at St. Og's, one of the places you mustn't miss, especially if you've been wondering where to go for your holiday this year.
Henry, look! I can't believe it.
Nor can I, Bishop.
You know, it's astonishing.
wasting...
Henry, you've spoken!
So I did. It must have been the shock.
Henry, I'm not surprised. Look at him, Henry. Have you ever seen anything like him?
Really is a little gem.
Shouldn't you tell him he took the cat pills, Bishop?
Oh, dear me, no, Henry. I'm going to keep them by me. They're just what I need when poor old Duke has to preach a sermon.
Super old building.
Cut! That was terrific!
Really? Oh, no, I think I can do much better than that. Now, let's try just one more take, shall we?
In that episode of All Gas and Gaiters, the parts were played as follows. The Archdeacon, Robertson Hare, the Bishop, William Mervyn, the Dean, John Barron, the Chaplain, Jonathan Cecil. The programme was produced by David Hatch.
We present All Gas and Gaiters. The Bishop has a flutter. Starring Robertson Hare, William Mervyn, John Barron, and Jonathan Cecil. In the hall of the palace, the bishop, wearing his top hat and overcoat, is waiting impatiently.
Newt! Aren't you ready yet? Not quite, well, hurry up, we shall be late. Shan't be a minute, my lord. Really, how tiresome. Who on earth can that be? Oh, Henry.
Morning, Bishop.
We were just going out.
Oh, I shan't keep you a minute.
Oh, very well, you'd better come in.
Thank you, Bishop.
Well, what is it, Henry?
Aren't you going into your study, Bishop?
What? Oh, well, yes, I suppose so. You've come about something important, have you?
Yes, Bishop. Very important.
Oh, well, you'd better come into the study, then.
Oh, thank you, Bishop.
Well, now, Henry, what is it?
Well, aren't you going to ask me to sit down?
Oh, I suppose so, Henry. Do sit down.
Thank you, Bishop. I always like this chair, really comfy.
Now, look, Henry, I'm in a hurry. As I tell you, I'm just going out. Would you mind coming to the point?
Of course, Bishop, of course. That is,
What? Well, what is it now?
Nothing. I just wondered. I suppose there isn't time for...
Time for what?
A glass of sherry.
No, Henry. There is not. Will you please tell me what I can do for you?
Well, Bishop, it's more a case of what I can do for you.
Really? In what way?
Oh, well, I've come to offer you a chance to make some money.
Oh, my dear Henry, how very kind of you.
Not at all, Bishop. You are the first person I thought of.
Really, dear old friend, you must tell me all about it.
Oh, right, Bishop. You see, it's like this.
Oh, no, one moment, Henry. Have a glass of sherry.
Well, Bishop, I don't want to hold you up.
Oh, nonsense, Henry, nonsense, I insist. Now, there you are.
Oh, thank you, Bishop. Cheers.
Cheers, Henry. Well, now, what's all this about making money?
Well, Bishop, I'm running a draw for the Old People's Home. I thought you'd like to buy a ticket.
Oh, Henry, not that again. You were here last week selling tickets for that.
Oh, dear, was I?
Yes, and the week before.
Oh, did I sell you any tickets?
You certainly did on both occasions.
There's a bumper cash prize, you know.
Bumper or not, Henry, it is unlikely to add up to the amount of cash I've already spent on the tickets.
But the draw is this evening. And I've got 3 left.
Well, I'm very sorry, Henry, but a bishop's pocket is not bottomless. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have an appointment.
Of course, Bishop, of course. Say no more. Where are you going?
The local point-to-point, Henry. Lord Ringmold has asked me to give away the prizes.
The point-to-point? Oh, I always go to that.
Do you, Henry?
Yes, I'm a member.
Henry, I'd no idea you were an habitué of the turf.
Rather, Bishop. I used to ride when I was a boy. It was my ambition to be a jockey.
Really? What stopped you?
I started to grow.
Really, Henry? Well, shall we see you there this afternoon?
Alas, not this year, I'm afraid. I must sell these tickets.
Oh, well, yes, of course, Henry. I'd forgotten about your tickets.
Well, tell me, will you be having a flutter?
A flutter?
Yes, you know, bet your fancy. Have a bet.
A bet? Oh, Henry, no, I don't think so. Not in my position. I mean, I never gamble.
What about these tickets of mine? They're gambling.
Oh, surely not, Henry.
I'll prove it.
How?
Well, take this ticket.
What for?
Well, read what it says on the back.
Printed to comply with Section 44 of the Betting and Gaming Lotteries Act 1963.
You see?
Yes, but it's not gambling, Henry, not real gambling.
And neither is putting a couple of bob on a horse.
Yes, well, I suppose you have a point there, Henry. I must say it would make it more fun, wouldn't it?
Oh, of course it would, Bishop. You have a flutter.
Yes, Henry, now you put me straight on this matter, I think I will. Thank you.
Not at all, Bishop, not at all. Have you got 25p?
Yes, here. What do you want it for?
That ticket in your hand, Bishop.
But I don't want it. Here, take it back.
Sorry, Bishop, I can't.
Why not?
It's been torn out.
Oh, really?
Here I am, my lord.
Newt, what on earth have you got on?
Only my jodhpurs, my little hacking jacket.
Whatever for?
They're my riding clothes.
Riding clothes? And what, pray, do you ever ride except on a bus?
Well, I used to. I was a member of the Pony Club. I won a prize at the Gymkhana.
I'm not surprised if you went dressed like that. Go and get your coat on and hurry up.
All right, my lord. Oh, good morning, Archdeacon.
Good morning, Newt. My word, you're in luck.
Am I, Archdeacon?
Rather. I've managed to keep a couple of tickets for the old people's draw.
But, Archdeacon, I bought hundreds already.
There's a bumper cash prize.
Henry, hands off Newt.
Oh, but Bishop.
Oh, really, Henry, you heard what I said. Now, hurry up, Newt.
Right, my lord.
Now, where's the St. Og's Gazette? Oh, here we are. Now, which horse shall I back in the first race? What on earth are you laughing at, Newt?
Nothing, my lord. It was just something I thought I heard you say.
Oh, what was that?
I thought I heard you say, which horse shall I back in the first race?
Oh. That is what I did say, Newt.
What? But, my lord, surely you don't intend to gamble.
Gamble? Oh, really, Newt, putting a few pence on a horse isn't gambling.
Isn't it, my lord? I always thought it was.
No. Now, allow me to put you straight on this. It's no more real gambling than Henry's old people's draw.
But that isn't gambling, my lord. That's for charity.
Yes, but it's still technical gambling, isn't it, Henry?
Certainly. Would you like me to prove it?
No, Henry, no. There is no need for that.
But there is, my lord. Please will you prove it to me, Archdeacon?
Well, if you insist. There you are.
What's this for?
Read what it says on the back, Newt.
Keep in a safe place.
No, not that. The bit about the Lotteries Act.
Oh, I see. Well, fancy that. Thank you very much, Archdeacon.
Not at all. That'll be 25p.
I don't want to buy it.
You will have to, Newt. The Archdeacon has torn it out now.
Oh, Moses!
Never mind. It may be the lucky one.
But I haven't got 25p. My lord.
Yes, Newt?
I'm awfully sorry, but please, can you lend me 25p?
Oh, really, Newt? This is too much.
No, it isn't. No, it's just right. Thank you. Here you are, Archdeacon.
Thank you, Newt. Well, Bishop, I think I'll go.
Yes, Henry, I think perhaps you'd better. Oh, see you, that is, will you, Newt?
Yes, my lord.
Bishop.
Yes, Henry?
You wouldn't feel inclined to help me out with this last ticket?
No, Henry, I would not.
It's the Dean, my lord.
Oh, just as well, thieving. You better show him in.
Right, my lord.
Henry, knowing the Dean's views, I don't think there's any need to tell him I'm going to the races.
Oh, no, Bishop. No need at all.
Why, what do you mean?
Well, not with Newt dressed like that.
What? Oh, yes, good gracious.
The Dean, my lord.
Good morning, my lord. I see you are going to the point.
Well, yes, Dean, as a matter as it happens, I am, yes. I received a letter from Lord Ringmold, he's the president, you know, begging me to attend the function and present the prizes. Well, of course, I gave the matter considerable thought, looked at it, as you might say, from all points of view, both clerical and lay, and finally decided, on balance, I couldn't very well get out of it.
I should hope not. One should never attempt to evade one's social responsibilities.
Oh, of course not, Dean. No. Now, what can I do for you?
Well, my lord, I have to go out for the afternoon, and we have workmen in the deanery, and I'm wondering if you could take charge of the Kneeler Fund. I should not wish it to be a temptation.
But can't you take him with you?
Not where I am going. The risk of its being stolen is too great.
really?
I have to go to meet the new Roman Catholic bishop. It's part of the ecumenical dialogue we are conducting.
Really? Well, I fear that dialogue's doomed to failure.
Oh, what makes you say that?
Well, if you can't even go and meet the man without being frightened, he'll pinch your Neela fund.
I meant the risk of its being stolen on the journey, my lord. I have to cross London on the Underground Railway, and it is a large sum of money. £37.
Oh, of course, Dean, of course, yes. Leave it with me by all means. I'll put it in my pocket and guard it with my life.
Thank you, my lord. Here you are. It's all in this envelope. If you wish to count it...
No, there'll be no need for that. If you say it's all there, I trust you, Dean.
Thank you, my lord. If you'll just sign this.
Oh, what's that?
My receipt.
Very well, Dean. There you are.
Thank you, my lord. I will return to collect the money at 6 o'clock.
Of course, Dean. Delighted to be of use.
Oh, most kind. Well, I don't envy you this afternoon, my lord.
Don't you, Dean?
Horse racing. I always find it very tedious. I can never get concerned as to which horse will win.
Have you tried having a few pence on one of them, Dean?
Are you advocating gambling, Newt?
Gambling? Gracious, no. That isn't gambling, not real gambling.
I should be interested to learn the difference.
Would you? Well, you want to ask the bishop. He'll put you straight on it.
Indeed. I am all ears, my lord.
Well, what my chaplain really means, Dean, is that to put a few pence on a horse is no more gambling than, well, Henry, show the Dean the last ticket.
With pleasure, Bishop. There you are, Dean.
What is this?
That is a ticket for Henry's Old People's Draw. I expect he sold you some already.
Indeed, he has not.
Oh? Why not?
I refuse to buy them because it is gambling.
But not real gambling, Dean.
Of course it is. Now, you take this ticket. There. Turn to the back, and you will see it says, printed to comply with Section 44 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act, 1963.
Well, yes, Dean.
Well, is that or is it not gambling?
Well, I suppose if you say so, yes.
Indeed I do, my lord, and I trust that you do not intend to gamble this afternoon.
Oh, well, Dean, I may just have a little bet, you know, just for fun.
But will you know when to stop?
Of course I shall.
What are the bad examples?
I consider it rather a good example, Dean. I shall show people that it's possible to have a little fun without losing control.
I only hope you will be as confident when I see you this evening, my lord. And now, if you will excuse me...
Oh, let me show you out.
Thank you, Newt. Good morning, gentlemen.
Oh, really, Henry, that man to suggest that I shall lose control. I shan't, shall I, Henry?
Hardly, Bishop. But if you're worried, don't take more money with you than you need to spend.
What a splendid notion, Henry. Of course, I'll leave my wallet here in the desk and just take the exact sum with me, then I shan't be tempted. Now, how much shall I take? 50 pence.
Oh, I should say I should take £1.
A pound? Isn't that rather a loss, Henry?
Well, 75p then.
Yes, Henry, 75p. That's a most suitable sum. Oh, I haven't got it. I've only got a £1 note.
Never mind. I can give you change.
Oh, thank you, dear old friend. You always come to the rescue, don't you?
It's a pleasure, Bishop. There we are, 75 pence, and I'll take the £1.
Thank you, Henry. There. Oh.
What's up?
Well, you owe me 25 pence.
No, Bishop. That's for the ticket.
What ticket?
The one in your hand. The one you told me to tear out of the book for the Dean.
Henry, what does this mean?
It means that I've sold the last ticket and I can come to the races after all.
Oh, Henry, really?
And it's Banbury Cross from Larkspur in the last few yards. A magnificent burst of speed, and he's made it. Banbury Cross is the winner of the Hawley Farmers Challenge Bowl, owned and ridden by Mr. Jack Cobb. Mr. Jack Cobb is, of course...
I knew Banbury Cross would win as soon as they started.
Well, it's a pity you couldn't have realized it a bit earlier, Newt. How much have you lost, Henry?
Nothing, Bishop.
Nothing? Well, I thought you backed Larkspur.
No fear.
But you told me you thought he was bound to win.
No, Bishop. I said people thought he was bound to win.
Oh, really? Well, I haven't won a single race. Do you realize I've lost 50 pence?
Never mind, Bishop. Bet your last 25p on Thunderbolt. in the next race.
Thank you, Henry. I've had enough of your tips.
Ah, there you are, Bishop. Did you get a good view of that last race?
Yes, thank you, Lord Ringmold. Oh, I saw all I needed.
I always think this is rather a good spot here by the weighing in tent. You see it all. Ah, here come the riders now to be waiting after the race. Well done, Cobb. A classic, an absolute classic.
Thank you, my lord.
Did you do as I told you, Mr. Archdeacon?
Yes, thank you, Jack. I'm just going to collect my winnings.
Henry! Do you know Mr. Cobb?
Know him, Bishop? I christened him. Well, see you later.
It looks as though the Archdeacon has picked a winner, Bishop.
Yes, I prefer to say he's profited by an unfair advantage over the rest of us.
I'd no idea you men of the cloth went in for gambling.
Oh, the bishop does it to set a good example.
I'm glad to hear it, Bishop. I like a sportsman. Now, let's have a look at the card. Anything you fancy?
Well, the Archdeacon, whose judgment I don't really rely on, mentioned Thunderbolt. Oh, I see it belongs to you.
You couldn't do better. He's a dark horse.
Indeed? I had no idea colour made any difference.
No, I mean that nobody knows him here. He qualified in Ireland, but he's a certainty, take it from me. He knows the way home.
Well, if you recommend him so strongly...
I tell you what. Why don't you pop down now, find a bookie, and make an anti-post bet?
What's that?
Well, you agree a price with him, so that whatever happens to the bet when the people see the horse in the paddock, you still get the agreed odds if he wins.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I'll go at once.
Now, hold on. You can't go yet. You've got to present the prize.
Oh, yes, I see. Well, Newt, you heard what to do, didn't you?
No, my lord.
Go and put an anti-post bet on Thunderbolt.
Right, my lord.
Now, which is the prize, Lord Ringmold?
That one. The Hawley Farmers Challenge book.
Oh, gracious. It looks as though lifting it will be the challenge.
Yes, it's a beautiful bowl, isn't it? Solid silver. Weighs 50 pounds. Excuse me, I'll go and tell them to make the announcement.
Right. Now, I must just have a last look at my speech. Hey, Newt, what are you waiting about for?
You haven't given me any money, my lord.
Oh, money, yes, of course, yes. It's in the pocket of my overcoat on the chair.
Oh, right.
Have you found it?
Yes, my lord. How much shall I put on?
All of it.
Moses. Well, doesn't that come under the heading of losing control?
Oh, don't be such an old... Newt, go and do as I say.
Very well, my lord. I only hope you won't regret it.
Ten each way on Spartacus.
614 each way on number 3, 50 cents.
And 30 to win on Indian Chief, mate.
615 to win on number 7, 150 cents.
Good afternoon.
Yes?
I wish to make an anti-post bet on Thunderbolt for the bishop.
For how much?
It's in this envelope.
Right, give it here. Now, let's see. 20, 30, 37 pounds? Blimey, what is it? The Easter offering?
We remember our duty as Christians. And now it gives me great pleasure to present to Mr. Cobb the Hawley Farmers Challenge Boat. That is, if I can manage to lift it.
On the hand, Bishop?
Oh, that's very kind of you, Lord Ringmold. Yes.
Yes, it's heavy, isn't it? May I help, my lord?
Are you going to present the prize to yourself, Mr. Cobb?
Well, it looks like it, doesn't it, my lord? I'll just lean across the table and lift it up.
What's the matter, Mr. Cobb?
My back, it's gone. Get the doctor from the weighing in tent. Quick. The doctor?
I'm a doctor. Here I am. What's wrong?
My back, doctor. I can't move.
Well, let's have a look.
Oh, dear me, that's lucky that he's finished riding for the afternoon, isn't it?
But he hasn't. He's riding Thunderbolt in the last race.
What?
This is a bad business, my lord.
Well, what is it, Doctor?
Well, it looks like a slipped disc. We must get him home at once. Straighter, this way.
Oh, yeah, well, what bad luck. Well, I was left a scratch Thunderbolt, I'm afraid.
I put all the money on Thunderbolt at 40-1, my lord. The bookmaker wasn't too keen, but I persuaded him.
Well, you can just go and unpersuade him, Newt. Thunderbolt is not going to run.
Oh, golly. He won't be very pleased.
Well, he should be delighted.
Why, Lord Ringmold?
Well, because with an anti-postmate, he keeps the money.
Oh, no. How dreadful. My lord, what'll you do?
Do, Newt. I shall lose my money, of course.
Oh, my lord, I do admire you.
Thank you.
How much have you lost, Bishop?
25 pence.
37 pounds.
How much?
25 pence.
37 pounds.
37 pounds?
For all the money in your pockets.
Yes, all 25 pence.
No, all 37 pounds. In this envelope.
Oh, no!
What's the matter?
Well, I didn't mean you to put that on.
Oh, dear, I knew it. You did lose control.
Of course I didn't lose control. The money in that envelope was the Dean's Neela Fund. Is there no chance of getting it back, Lord Ringmold?
Well, only if Thunderbolt runs.
What? You mean if somebody else can ride him?
Oh, anyone can ride him, but it's the last race. All the riders who aren't in it have gone home.
But I've got to get that money back. Newt.
What, my lord?
You ride, don't you?
Me, my lord?
Well, you said you did this morning.
What? Oh, no, my lord. No, I couldn't ride. Not a great big horse like that.
Well,
No.
You told me you were a member of the Pony Club.
But that was ages ago.
And you won a prize in a gymkhana.
But that wasn't for riding, my lord.
Well, what was it for?
Polishing my saddle.
Well, it shows you've got a grasp of the fundamentals anyway. How about it, Lord Ringmold? Will you give him a chance?
Well, he doesn't look like much of a horseman.
Oh, no, I'm not. No, really, no, I'm not.
Still, that horse hardly needs riding. As I told you, he knows the way home.
There, that settles it then.
But those jumps, those huge jumps. I've never jumped. I can't.
Well, now's your chance.
Come on, then. Come on, let's go and give his name to the stewards. I take it you're a member.
Me? Oh, no, I'm not a member. No, I don't want to join.
Well, what's that got to do with it?
Well, it's a rule. Well, you've got to be either a member, son of the owner, or a serving member of Her Majesty's forces.
He's chaplain to the Sea Scouts.
Oh, no good, I'm afraid.
Well, couldn't we ask him to stretch a point?
Not a chance. Oh, it's all impossible, and we shan't find anyone else to ride him. Not at this 11th hour. Well, short of a small miracle.
No, I suppose not. Miracle? A small miracle, did you say?
Yeah, why?
I've got an idea.
Well, Bishop, of course, miracles are more your department than mine.
Well, I've thought of someone.
Is he a member?
Yes, he is. Mark you, it's some time since he rode.
Oh, that's nothing at all. As soon as he gets on a horse, it'll all come back. What's his name?
Yes, sir. Who is it, my lord?
Ah, there you are, Bishop. Henry.
Have you decided what to back in the last race yet?
Well, Henry, that is what I wanted to have a word with you about. You know, you told me that you used to ride when you were a boy.
Rather, Bishop.
Well, did you ever race?
Race? Me, Bishop? Oh, gracious, yes. All the time.
That settles it then, Lord Ringmold. Would you care to lead the way to the steward's tent?
Just coming under Star's orders. A couple of them are playing up a bit.
Can you see it, Newt?
No, my lord. Can you, Lord Ringmold?
Well, isn't that him? Second from the left.
Oh, yes. Look, my lord. I hardly recognized him. That purple shirt with the yellow spots rather suits him, don't you think?
Oh, yes, Newt, it's most becoming. I'm bound to say, with his cap on, old Henry looks very professional.
Attention, please. Attention, please.
He's making in and out.
This race is over a course of 2 miles, 3 furlongs, and has 2 of the stiffest fences on it.
Oh, dear, poor old Henry.
Don't you think I should stop him from riding, my lord?
Oh, well, it's too late for that now, Newt.
But he's not a young man. Supposing something went wrong.
Oh, Newt, don't. I mean, please don't even mention the possibility. It's something I can't bear to contemplate.
Well, I'm sorry, my lord, but I think it's something you simply must contemplate. After all, if something did go wrong, you have to face yourself.
Never mind myself, Newt. It's the Dean I've got to face. We must recover his Neela Fund. Henry's got to ride, and what's more, he has got
To win.
Don't worry too much about the Archdeacon, my boy. A man of his age rode in the Grand National a few years ago.
Did he, Lord Ringbolt?
Yes, you remember, Bishop?
Yes, I believe I do, now that you mention it.
Well, you must. I mean, it was in all the papers. They all had photos of him.
Why, did he win?
No, he fell off.
Oh.
Fell away!
There they go, bunched together. Spartacus is just a little head with Indian Chief on his right.
How's he doing?
Spartacus has it from Indian Chief, and Thunderbolt is lying third.
Hey, like that. Now. Oh, he's made a splendid start. Here, see for yourself. Take my binoculars.
Oh, come on, Henry. Think of the Neela Fund.
They're coming up to the first jump now.
Oh, I can't look.
And there they go.
Is he over? No, he's refused.
I don't blame him.
Oh. What's he doing? He's turning. He's probably going to have another shot at it.
Oh, come on, Henry, come on.
Hello. He's turned round. He's galloping across the course.
What? Where's he going?
He's going into the paddock. Good heavens, look. The horse is going up into the horse box. What can it mean?
It means that you were right, Lord Ringmold. The horse does know his own way home. Oh, come on, let's go and see what's happened.
All right, Archdeacon. Yes, thank you, Newt. Fit as a fiddle.
But why on earth did you let the creature do it, Henry? I thought you said you used to ride.
So I did, Bishop. Didn't it come back, Archdeacon? I'm afraid not. You see, it was all so different.
What was?
Well, the saddle, chiefly.
The saddle? Was something wrong with it?
I wouldn't know. You see, I've never used one before.
What? Do you mean to say you used to ride bareback, Henry?
Yes, Bishop. And barefoot.
Where on earth did you ride like that, Archdeacon?
At Margate, on the sands. Those donkeys, they used to fairly fly along.
Oh, come along into the study. Ooh, really, how am I to replace the Dean's Neela Fund money?
Now, have you had a good look in your wallet, my lord?
Yes, Newton, I've checked the petty cash, but there's only £5 altogether. What's the time?
2 minutes to 6.
That's it, then. The Dean's always punctual.
But we can explain, my lord.
No, not to the Dean, Newt.
There he is. Will you go, my lord?
No, Newt. You go.
Wouldn't you prefer to go?
No, Newt, I should prefer you to go.
But, my lord, It's only me, Bishop.
Ah, there you are, Henry. You've taken a long time with that mustard bath.
Sorry, Bishop. I had a little job to do. The old people's draw. And you won it.
Hey, I what?
You won the bumper cash prize.
Oh, congratulations, my lord. I can't believe it. How much is it?
30 guineas, Bishop.
Oh, good heavens, that'll be the Dean. Quick, Henry, give me that money.
Here you are, Bishop.
Thank you. 30 guineas. How much is that?
£31.50, my lord.
But that's not enough. The Neela Fund was £37.
Well, it's £5 in the petty cash.
Yes, so there is. Well, that makes £36.50. Quick, turn your pockets out. Turn them out. 60, 70, 75, 80, 95.
Oh, he's getting impatient, my lord.
Well, he'll have to wait. 90, 95, 97 and a half. 99 and a half. I want a half. Newt, quick, a half.
Yes, allow me.
Thank you, Henry. Thank you, old dear old friend. I can always rely upon you. Now, quickly, Newt, the envelope.
Here you are, my lord. Shall I answer the door?
No, Newt. I will. It will be a pleasure.
In that episode of All Gas and Gaiters, the parts were played as follows. The Archdeacon, Robertson Hare, the Bishop, William Mervyn, the Dean, John Barron, the Chaplain, Jonathan Cecil, Lord Ringmold, Ballard Berkeley, the commentator, Malcolm Hayes, Jack Cobb, John Sampson, Dr. Manning Wilson. The Bishop Has a Flutter was written for television and adapted for radio by Pauline Devaney and Edwin. The program was produced by David Hatch.